Is that why you specifically want to read his little book?
That and I'm willing to share it with you because I've shared all this information.
I understand. We have a sandcastle.
I'll read the Sandcastles.
That's the name of the
Sandcastles of Trust.
episode. Sandcastles of Trust.
Welcome to Wicked Initiative!
Oh,
We are back for another session. Let's get started with a quick recap. From last session, you guys had met with Macy Shadowmouse, acquired your contract for kind of infiltrating and investigating the Greywither house, a particular individual by the name of Foxfire. After leaving the town hall, you guys headed to the Hollow Hex to stock up on anything you needed for your spellcasting goods. Off screen, that happened. Ares picked up a crystal focus that she has placed within kind of like a ring. And then also she bought a diamond worth about 50 gold pieces for one of her things. At the same time, Cedric, you had kind of dealed with Lenore Paxby on getting your chess set kind of inscribed magically with the augury spell. You guys left the Hollow Hex, in which then you are... What the hell is so funny?
The cat is following us right now.
Poppy seed.
Oh,
I can hear it. Yeah.
She's so upset. She's
Yeah.
left out,
Protesting.
guys. Alright.
Sorry.
Focused.
the cat goblin.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys left the Hollow Hex and were walking down the main strip when some guards and people started screaming and yelling out, and they saw a lion drake that was flying in, and you see it just sort of bite the head off of this one kind of like homeless dude that's just chilling there and starts to roar. You guys roll initiative, you get involved, and push comes to shove, you guys kind of just beat it to smithereens and send it flying off. You guys don't kill it, but after the battle, everyone's sort of like coming out saying thank you, and they're trying to like help whoever is afraid or whatnot. The guards are out and about again. You guys notice a shadowy figure, just cloaked figure on the rooftops. And as the battle sort of comes to an end, and you guys are getting yourselves situated once more, you see them running across the rooftops. Gax sends out his bird, Nyx, right? Nyx
Yes.
the bird's name?
Yes.
And I believe Bosco tried to follow for a bit. The streets were rather crowded, and as you guys try and follow him or her, you don't know who really it is. They stop. They speak to what looks to be some sort of frosted purple crystal. You don't hear anything but kind of the end of the conversation that was saying that the bird was tracking them. And then as they come back out, they motion to two people, and an arrow gets fired, and the bird just goes with ethereal energy. It's at this point where we pick up. You guys are out in the midday. Plenty of people in the markets, kind of just walking around. It's very crowded.
Nixel's still with Kiernan, right?
Nixel is still with Kieran. Yep.
Okay.
That diamond is 50, right? The diamond. I'm gonna take off my money.
The diamond's 50, yes.
Sorry.
Nixel, I guess we'll start with you since you're separated from the group.
Yes, Nixel would be headed out of the tavern now. He's got a new directive that he feels he needs to go share with the group. He's not sure where they went, however, he'd probably start heading back to where they fought the lion drake there, and see if he can pick up on their tracks.
Give me a survival check. Let's see, 12. As you make your way back through the crowds and passing by some guards, you reach that spot where you had battled the lion drake. There's still a couple of guards nearby, and as you sort of talk to a couple of them, they say that they see your friends went down a certain way, and you carry on down there. You don't see them in the mix at all. They've obviously moved on, but you have a heading. The rest of you, what are you guys doing? You can see, at this point, the day is quite busy. The sun's up in the sky, and people are running about, moving crates and barrels everywhere. You can see, at this point, you can see just the diversity within this port town. It's mostly halflings, humans, some elves, a couple of kobolds here and there, and dragonborn. Other than your colleagues who are lizard folk, you don't see very many of them.
What I will do is I will actually try to conceal myself a little bit more again. Just put a cloak on, or not a cloak, but whatever I have over my head, just to avoid standing out quite so much.
Cool. Yeah, you come off a little bit like a dragonborn. I mean, the chin area is kind of what they would be able to visually see. Other than you kind of slumped over.
Yeah, my posture is probably far worse than any dragonborn.
That's just suspicious in nature. Your posture.
I've got an air about me that's just not great.
Yeah, so as you guys are walking along, you've got the smells of a port city. You can smell the salt in the air. There's plenty of different market stalls here and there. People selling croissants. People selling just trinkets that are kind of exotic in nature as well. You see a couple of wine cellars that you've not noticed before. It's just a port city. So what are you guys doing?
So
you guys are just walking along.
How far behind were we to Nyx before we lost the shadowy figure?
You guys would have been about 500, 600 feet away.
Okay, well, can I do a quick, even though I don't think it's going to be very helpful, but can I do a quick scan of the area to see if anyone very clearly has that defining earring?
Yeah, sure. Give me a perception check.
Ooh. 23.
Okay, be perceptive.
Yeah, no, you don't. Not with that earring.
Wow. Yeah. And I already told the group that earring that guy had is a mark of being a part of the Grey Withers. So everyone should know that that's not just being acknowledged.
Should we go somewhere to discuss this more discreetly?
I think that's a smart choice.
We seem to also have lost our fairy friend.
I think we should head to Lucius. That's where we were headed before anyway.
We can discuss any plans on the way.
Okay.
Objections?
Headed to the barracks.
The east barracks.
The east barracks. As you guys are walking, so this would actually be in the opposite direction to go back down the main strip.
So we'd be turning around.
So yeah, you'd be turning around. Yeah, at some point along the way, you would meet up and notice Nixel.
Just like that.
And where'd you run off to?
I had a few thoughts and needed to check and see if they were correct.
Were they?
Not here.
Fair enough. Keep walking, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys head down the main strip. You go back to the boardwalk, where there's a couple of... coming from this side of the port, you can see the beauty of this gulf and the Veshlands on the opposite side. The sun at this point in time of day just hits just perfectly to just give you this perfect image of a nice blue sky, and you've got some ships that are sort of docking in. Smaller ships. You don't see any of the like large transport ships in there at this present time, but again, the guards are busy at work, sort of checking new people in. You can see those kinds of like families where kids are hopping off the boat and parents are sort of like kind of like lugging all the crap off the boat, and you can see they're new. This is going to be a new experience for them. Whether or not it's good or bad, you don't know. You see multiple humans, you see elves, you see halflings. So yeah, as you guys keep going into the boardwalk, you eventually find your way to the East Barracks. And what you find here is it's a square building. It's got a stone wall that like connects and wraps around it. So you've got like this, it's within the wall that connects on both sides, and then there's kind of like a small like courtyard area in it for like training. It's got a couple of like combat training mannequin things, scarecrows, that kind of ordeal going on. You can also see that this area has like a stable with multiple horses that are kind of being groomed and fed by the off-duty guard personnel. Yeah, so as you guys approach, you see a handful of guards that are just sort of dealing with the horses. They're striking some combat training stuff, but the door is there for you to walk into the main building, but you'd have to cross into like this kind of like small wooden gate that's partitioning between.
So there's no guards actually at like a post watching for people trying to enter or leave?
No, not really. No. It seems inviting enough that like you can see other people that are kind of like walking in and out. Whether or not they're just going in there for like complaints or like they feel unsafe or something, that's the kind of feeling you get from it. It's open access.
Well, shall we enter?
Let's head inside and find Lucius.
I want you to give me a stealth check.
Oh, okay.
Can I? No. What? So we see while we're going in, because I want to cast guidance on this.
Natural 20.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, nat 20s?
Never mind.
I'm not even gonna roll them.
First roll.
It's the only one. No, I'm kidding.
Ding ding.
I'll take it.
We do need a little
Actually,
gauntlet or
Counter.
something.
you have Gax with you.
Oh.
Give me a roll for him.
Oh no.
So can I?
That's not okay.
Okay, then what I was gonna say is Cedric knows these are lizard folks.
I don't know
Cedric
his
sees that there's
stats.
guards
Can
in this
anyone
entrance.
pull his stats?
Cedric
Cedric
will
pulls
ahead
up
of him.
and he's like, guys, we're going towards some guards.
Okay.
Like,
Anyone know his?
Bam!
I don't know his
Guidance.
stealth bonus.
Yes, absolutely. He's like, you gotta need all the help you can get.
sure.
Someone just check.
I got it.
I rolled a 13 on the die, so I just need to know what
A
his
D4 from guidance.
Stealth is
Oh, this is
5.
5.
plus 4 plus.
Nine,
So that's
18, 19, 20, 21.
Nice.
22.
Nat 20 and 22?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, 22.
Alright.
Cool. They only rolled a 17.
Forgot.
So yeah, as you
They
guys
might
sort
be
of
leery
enter
about us,
into
yeah.
the area, no one really approaches you or looks at you any funny. They just see a band of adventurers that are walking in. They don't necessarily like nod or anything to you or wave. There's none of that. They just carry on with their duties. As you guys approach and walk into the main building, you can see there's this large desk area with a guard who's stationed for any kind of like concerns. And then you can see past this area into like, so as you walk in the door, you've got this like desk, the guard against the back wall, and then to the right, you can see just a bunch of like bunk beds and such. And behind each like bunk bed, there seems to be like a small desk. There's not a ton of people in here, but yeah, as you walk in, good afternoon. What can I help you with?
Can you put us in contact with Lucius Branch?
Pertaining?
Business sent by Macy.
Business from Macy Shadowhouse.
Yes.
Hold on one moment. I'll check if he's available.
Appreciate it.
You see him sort of walk off into the bunk area, and down near the end you see him stop, sort of like hunch over and see some conversing going on. As he starts to walk back, he sort of like waves to you guys to come. As you guys sort of follow him and go to the back, you see a tall, very lean, slender man. He's about 6 feet tall. Stand up. He's got a straight up military buzz cut. He's got some freckles on his like face all over. And he's wearing the normal kind of like guard armor, that brigandine armor. And you can see that his helmet is kind of put on the desk next to him. He stands up. He's not necessarily got a rough-looking face, but it's not necessarily kind either. He's got a difficult job, and you can tell that he's all about business. You do see that he was at the time writing something. You can see that the quill is kind of just in the ink pot still, and there's like a half-written note on the table.
Did you say he was human?
Human, yes.
Is he writing this letter or the whatever openly, or is it kind of hidden away?
It's not necessarily hidden away, no, it's just sitting on the table askew. Yeah.
Can I try to see, just at a glance, what he's writing?
You don't even say anything. You're just like,
But I know
Go
Cedric
ahead.
is not going to try very hard because he's more worried about noticing.
We'll see how hard you try.
Oh, okay.
I got you. You failed.
Okay.
Nixel, meanwhile,
Someone distract him.
would probably attempt to make a trip look as convincing as it can and spill his gears everywhere all over the floor.
can you fly?
Just investigate.
Roll perception with advantage.
I look and feel like Cedric would say, "Can't you fly?" as you trip over, but
So as you sort of like fumble, actually give me a performance check.
oh damn, I spoke too much, didn't I?
No! No! 7.
Okay. As you do your best faked trip, it's like, oh! And he just looks at you. Are you alright? Roll with advantage.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh. 3.
What is he rolling? Perception?
Perception with advantage, yeah, to look at whatever he's writing.
12.
12.
Nah.
It seems to be... Actually, give me an insight check. This will help me determine if you can figure it out.
9.
9. Yeah, based on him being so stern, it's definitely a note to a family, but you don't know. And you don't see like House Greywood or anything concerning on it.
This is more so like a letter to the family of the deceased, of whatever.
Yeah, you could gather that.
Okay.
Yeah. And so he stands up. My. It's a large party of adventurers. What can I help you with?
Meanwhile, Nixel's just crawling around on the floor, picking up all his gears and shoving them back in his pocket.
The great.
I love it.
Straight to the point.
I was gonna.
I love it. He doesn't
Let's
fuck
go,
around the
let's
book.
go.
First?
Do you
Huh?
have
We're gonna talk about the war first.
inspiration yet?
I do.
No.
Okay.
I want info on the Grey Wither.
Well, you hear me blur out the first word. If you want to interject, please
I do want to interject.
Okay, so I say gray before
Right.
I can get any further.
Macy told us
Oh
to
boy.
inquire about your little dire boar problem.
When you say the word Macy, you see him stand up a little straighter.
Yeah, that's right, big boy. We're with Macy.
Is he? He's taller than he said. He may
He's
not
about
be
6 feet, yeah.
Okay, so
He's
he's
not
not huge.
muscularly built, he's just slender.
And you said he has a scary face, or he's just serious?
No, it's
face?
just more business.
Okay.
He's,
Okay.
It's a calm, serious, tempered face.
Okay.
He sounds kind of no nonsense.
Yes.
Yeah.
I more so was gonna say, like, if he's a scary looking dude, Cedric would flinch at him flinching. But if he's not, then whatever.
You said Macy has sent you on business.
Yes, she seems to think that you guys are struggling with the dire boar, and thinks that we can be of assistance.
Well, indeed we are. They are becoming a problem. They're encroaching, and there's nothing that we can really do about it because our hands are full with the Crow's Vigil looting and the problems with the plague.
And how do you think we can help you?
Well, I mean, we could put up a contract or some sort to get you paid for taking care of the beasts.
What do you think, friends?
Is it just one boar? Or is this multiple? We've heard the name Ironhide, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, there's more than just boar out there. However, Ironhide seems to be a particular problem.
What's the more of the problem?
Is it the Iron Drake?
Iron Drake? Or Lion Drake?
Oh, sorry, Lion Drake.
This is accent.
That's in
This is
character. That's in
accent.
character.
Where did you
Sorry.
see an Iron Drake?
Sorry, Lion Drake. I misspoke.
Oh, a Lion Drake. Were you all the ones who took care of that?
At your service.
Yes.
We were.
That's what we're here for.
It sounds like we have the right people for the group, or for the mission. Then you disposed of that Lion Drake quite easily, it seems. At least that's what my people or my guards have told me.
Word gets around fast here, huh?
Well, did you ride horses?
No.
Horses move a little faster. And I do run a tight ship.
Guards with horses will ferry information.
I do run a tight ship. And we aren't spying. It's just, I need the info. Times are tense.
I'm
I need
guessing.
to know what's going on in this town.
I'm guessing the Lion Drake showed up because of Ironhide.
And why do you say that?
We saw a puncture in the lion
that so?
It looked like it was gored.
Well, I do know the lion drakes are territorial, so if it was pushed out by Ironhide, then yes, I guess if he's looking for food, then he would certainly attack easier prey, such as
Civilians? Hmm.
So, I suppose we should create a deal then. You dispose of Ironhide and any other beasts that are encroaching, and we'll give you a fair bit of gold.
How much gold?
Is there other things we could ask of the guard?
You asking me? Oh, sorry. Yes. Also, sorry. Also, do you have any information on the Grey Withers? As I look at Cedric because he interrupted my friend here. Macy wants us to her help.
Cedric kind of puts his hands up like.
Yeah, that's right. Macy also wanted us to help with that little investigation, which I'm sure you're quite aware of. So any details?
I am very much aware, Miss. That's a tough situation. Obviously, the Grey Withers have Visharan guards at their disposal. They're contracted. I do not believe that there would be any disloyalty towards Macy or myself. But the Grey Withers do have some interest in this port city. I'm not quite sure what, which is probably why Macy...
That answer's not gonna be good enough. And here's the deal. I'll bring you the tusks of Ironhide, and you need to get us a meeting with Foxfire, and that's the deal.
I'm not so sure
Interesting
that
proposition. Give me a persuasion.
This
It's
little,
already 20.
Disadvantage.
Oh, shit.
this little outburst because he's so.
6.
Trying to
That
say.
exhaustion hurts sometimes.
Yeah.
Crap.
I thought it was a good
Why did you help your
proposition.
friend?
So you're like you're trying to keep your eyes open. I say that is an interesting proposition. However, if I knew more, to be quite honest, I would give you what I have, but there's a reason that Macy has contracted you all to find out this information is because I have none. And the guards that are stationed there don't obtain any information. They are just strictly there and are not told anything. They are just there to guard the residents.
Do you know any of their regular stomping grounds?
The Grey Withers?
Yeah.
I don't have any scouts out looking around for them. They're very isolated.
I'm sorry.
They keep to themselves, and if they had any stomping grounds, we don't know of them yet.
So where do you expect us to start?
Yeah, and
on this?
I would suggest observing the residents.
what was the name?
Case
By-
it.
Which one?
By the town hall.
Yes.
Does this place have a name? This house or whatever? Or no?
Does it
Or
have a name?
if you can find someone that you know is associated with the Grey Withers, track them.
And okay, all right. I'm just.
You've brought up excellent points. Ones that I think we should keep in mind because we were contracted to be discreet in doing this. Not to meet with Foxfire, to be discreet. Unless you have a grand design of being some noble that needs to meet with this foxfire.
Okay.
You
But
You know what fix the problem is you just kill the fucker and problem solved.
That doesn't fix.
That doesn't
Well,
work.
that will
the
get you put
deep-seated-
in jail.
And it doesn't work with an organization.
But I'm sure it wouldn't put the Grey Withers in jail. Because somehow they keep getting away with everything around here. And everywhere else.
What are you doing about that?
So, yeah, I'm a little sus why you don't have a bunch of scouts or any other information on this. And I
Cedric-
gotta hire a bunch of outsiders.
Cedric visibly looks at Ares when you say, and everywhere else.
I completely understand your point. However, I have to be neutral in this position. I cannot let suspicions happen within the guard that would affect then Macy Shadowmouse.
Your position.
We are
makes
part
sense.
of the leadership of this town.
Stay out of his heart!
We are servants to the town. We protect. That is all.
Alright. I'm done. I'm visibly frustrated because I just have dealt with too much of this before, and I'm ready to freaking leave.
Well,
With
we
all
gotta
the
hear
freaking
his-
politics, so I'm
We gotta hear his offer.
ready to huff off. So
No, we
somebody
must.
take over.
As for payment for the tusks of boar, smaller tusks, we can give you 20 gold for each. We use the ivory to do multiple things with, crafting wise. A larger dire boar, 30 gold for each tusk. We don't exactly know how large Ironhide is because no one ever comes back from those expeditions. Back when we tried to get rid of him. I believe the Crow's Vigil has also attempted their own beast hunting and have failed. That price we can come to an agreement when you return. Fair enough?
That does sound fair.
Remember, it's not just boar that are out there. There are other vicious things lurking out there that are agitated and aggravated.
Any in particular besides the lion drakes?
For sure, I've heard reports of ankegs.
What? What was it?
Give me a nature check.
Damn. I was supposed to ask you.
I'd
that.
also
Can I
like to do
also
that.
do a
City
nature
boy.
check? Can I
What'd you get?
19?
19.
Oh, I thought it was
can I do one?
A nature check? 15?
Is this a local thing? Like, can
Yeah.
I do a check that way?
Yeah, I mean,
Like
you're a native to...
Right.
Yeah.
So can I?
A 15?
And I'd say our ranger as well. Say that again.
A 15?
Disadvantage
15.
though.
Oh, yeah.
Get all your good rolls
Well,
out.
wouldn't it
first.
be advantage
Nope.
because he's
Well,
a local?
That sucks.
Does it advantage allow?
21.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair
Oh,
enough.
a nat
Yeah,
20
that's
and
fair
an
enough.
So I can
No,
roll
no,
with-
just use your original roll. What's your
I can
original
roll with advantage.
21.
21? Yeah, locals you can roll with advantage.
Sweet.
Oh,
That helps.
sweet.
Non-locals roll with disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. Oh boy.
17.
Hell yeah. He's asking us to risk
that
our
would-
lives, and he
One-
hasn't even given
21.
us a price for it.
Nature 13.
He's like, we'll
Okay,
discuss,
anyone
we'll
above a
discuss
15,
this
so
after.
you guys know ankegs are kind of these weird caterpillar slash crustacean, large like crustacean creatures that burrow and create like cave systems, and they're very silent when they come out, and then they strike.
Large crabs live on land.
Oh, tell me about it.
Silent when they emerge. Deadly.
Is that what we ate the other night, Bosco?
Yeah, nearly killed me. Your offer sounds good with the exception of you're asking us, you've given a price for all these different tusks, but Ironhide is negotiable. That's the one that's going to kill me. I want a price.
Bosco, think about
The
it.
price is based upon the size of the tusk, the ivory that we
What about
get
saving
from
the
it.
community?
Things that we create here and craft go towards the community. They help the community. It becomes money.
Alright, I mean, if all you care about is crafting, then
Well, it funds businesses.
Alright.
We need to
That's the
work on
quietest
your.
I've ever heard Bosco say anything.
Most compliant
He's all
hire.
right.
The
He's
most
compliant.
I like that.
The
Yeah.
most compliant Bosco's ever.
Bosco's not feeling it today.
All right.
Alright.
I mean, I'm not exactly persuaded to go kill a hog at this point, but you know, I might want to go the other, do something else.
He looks over to you, Nixley. He goes, "You all right there? I saw you trip a little bit and drop some stuff.
As Nick's
Can you keep
picking
up with this
his,
group?"
his last gear, he says, "And kegs. Small tusks are 20 gold. Medium tusks are 30. Iron hide is negotiable. Anything else?"
That's not what he said.
That is what he said.
Can you keep up with this group? It seemed like you had a little bit of troubles there for a second.
Yes, my apologies. I'll have no problem.
Okay.
What a motley crew.
Go ahead.
It does seem like we already had a sense of what we were dealing with. And the other fauna in this savanna. Could you round up the gold for the large tusks to 35?
Just give me a general persuasion check.
What's 5 extra gold?
20. Dirty 20.
30, 20. The roll of charisma for him.
On the table. Well, I think it's because it's like multiple ones down.
I suppose it's doable. You're doing something that most people don't want to do at this point in time. So, you guys are kind of our last resort at the moment. So sure, let's bump it up to 35.
I'll give a little bow, yeah.
Our condolences on the guard from the other night. I hope
I
you didn't
appreciate that.
have a family.
I was actually in the process of writing a note to their family. Tiberius had been with us for about 4 years. He has a wife, 3 kids.
What are their names?
There's Julie. She's the oldest. Iman, his son, middle child. And then the small one, 2 years old, Veronica. You can see him starting to get choked up a little bit, break his resolve, sternness, and then he chokes it back and stiffens himself back up.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
Bosco's choked up from the news.
Cedric, I need that money.
Can we please have a moment of
God.
silence?
Do I remember if one of these is the kid
Didn't you already get? Did I
No, I
already
took it.
You didn't give it
took
to
it.
me.
Okay, I
Not-
very.
I'm never gonna let a piece of gold go
I
away.
assume that you just took both of your gold. I give you
I
your
should
50
have.
gold.
Would you give this to the family, please?
All 50?
30.
You're not that generous.
Was that him asking all 50?
No, that was DM.
Oh, okay. He sees how big the second 50 gold. Actually,
I give him the 30,
He turns around.
10 for each of the children.
Are you sure about it?
I'm sure.
That is
I'm sorry that
charms.
we couldn't get there sooner to protect him so that he could be with his family.
I will certainly pass this on to his family.
Would
Ye
Nixel
old college
remember
fund.
if this was the kid that he tossed a gear to while they were waiting outside of the Sneaky Goose?
What a connection.
Does the
Veronica,
name ring a
right?
bell? Yeah, it was a little kid.
Gotta roll for that. You didn't plan
Well, you said it.
No, I don't know. Did he
I think
say
he
a name?
said
I
it.
can't remember.
I thought he
in that
did.
episode.
Did he?
I think that's why it's clicking in my
Oh.
head when he said that, because
I
I
thought it
think
was a
I did
little
say
boy, not a girl.
Veronica.
I think it was a little boy as well.
So then it
So it wasn't Iman. Definitely wasn't Iman. Hold on.
Hit roll.
Let me roll for it. Disadvantage on that.
It's like the odds of that are.
Yeah.
I rolled a 7, so.
Nah.
Worth a
Life's
shot.
not a movie.
Worth a shot.
It's not a movie. Not yet.
If I was that lit, like, ooh.
You're on another level.
But,
Regardless, can Nixel like start fiddling with some gears and create sort of like a small statue of like a guard?
Oh.
yeah, sure. Give me a Tinker's Tools check. Add your proficiency.
What is that?
Tools check.
I gotta remember how to use
Marveling at the
tool
sentence.
sense.
Arthur's
So
just
add your
marveling at the
proficiency and add
sentimentality.
your dex.
So they're getting a statue and
They
ye old
get
college
one
fund.
shitty
from Zarzo.
statue.
Add your proficiency and dex.
It's a good thing I'm
No,
looking for
it
the
was,
extra 5.
it was so close to being cocked, but it wasn't. It's a 6 total.
I'm broken in negotiations for more money.
I hate
Yeah.
this thing. This thing
Like,
stinks.
no.
As you hear this conversation going on, you see Nixel sort of peel off and start like he like sits down on the ground. You can see him sort of like take out his tools and
Having a
start
rough day.
And as you come back up, you have like this small miniature, but the only thing you really got right was like these like movable legs. The head kind of looks a little atrocious. It's just like a bead with like 2 other beads on it.
Yeah.
But you tried your best with what you had.
When he gives that,
And you
I
hand that to him.
I didn't have much time. Please forgive me.
It's abstract.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's you guys are very kind. I will certainly give this to them.
since Cedric actually visually saw the wounds when it happened, I think he is in a good place to be able to tell the guard that. He looks at the guard and says, "If it's any condolences to the family, to his wife, I inspected the wounds myself, and he did not suffer."
You all were there.
Yes. Well, I was there. It wasn't a secret. The guard saw me.
He broke my resolve.
I was there.
I think it could have been a need to know kind of a thing.
Well, the guard saw us. At least
But
most
they didn't
of us.
report
He died.
us as suspect.
We reported to the guard the suspects.
Yeah, wait, there was
So
one.
you were the group that took care of. So I'm confused now.
I was the one who told the guard of his injuries and the paralysis.
No, I'm saying Lucius is confused.
Yeah, I'm talking to Lucius as Cedric.
We disposed of the assailants that killed the guard.
I guess paying him now looks really suspicious. Like you feel
I'm
guilty.
gonna like slowly start to step backward
Who was?
towards the door.
Who did you dispose of?
Okay.
There was nothing left at the scene.
There was.
The acid puddles.
The acid puddles were what those lizards were.
Which
we-
didn't you guys tell the guard that?
Yeah.
We
So-
we
Lizard, as in
defended.
lizard folk did this?
No.
No, not lizard.
These were
folk.
something else. Mongrels. Green. Wings that don't make sense.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. Shouldn't you have gotten a report of this?
I did get a report. But not of this specific group.
Did they not report the acid puddles? and the cores.
Who's the guards that came back to you to report to you? What are their names? Maybe you should look into them.
Did they report the stones?
I heard nothing about this. The report I got involved 3 individuals. 3 murders, 3 individuals. There was nothing about this
You
party.
tell them about the details of the murder. They didn't know that.
We only witnessed, or the aftermath of the guard's death.
Well,
I already said that
This is
Aries
gonna
is
be
back
rough.
towards the door. I've already
This is
snuck back
new-
towards the door to get out of here because I'm not gonna be caught in there.
Can I do an insight
just gonna
check
walk
on
out.
like
You-
what is going
if
on?
you're
Walks
sneaking
out.
away, give me a stealth check.
Alright.
Because
Oh no.
The thing.
this
I'm
is a
confused
larger
Because
room.
he should. We told only the
No,
guards.
it's easy for
the
him to spot
guards
you if-
told them what
No,
they
I'm not being. I'm just
heard
like walking
from the
to the
people
back
that
of the
were
group.
there
so
Yeah,
and
you
close
should
to
mentioned
the
stealth
door.
things,
check
but they
as well,
probably
just
left
leave.
out the
Yeah.
details of things that we didn't want to implicate
Oh, no.
ourselves with.
Quick question:
I
Where
will.
Didn't we?
At disadvantage,
Didn't we
right?
tell them that?
We might have told them of the acid puddles. They might not have believed us, and they just reported.
I don't think I should.
What'd you get?
That one.
That's where you.
I'm
Yeah,
just,
that's.
I'm
You're
just
assuming
walking
the
to the back
guards
of the
didn't
group, but
report.
mine is
That
a
reported
nine.
entirely
Yes.
I just want
everything
to
in
be
detail.
the
I
best.
assumed the best of the
Nine.
They
guards.
probably
But I'm just
reported
walking
what
to the
was
back. I'm not.
what made
I
sense
just
and what
want to
was
be
not going to
close to the door.
As you sort of like trying to back away, you sort of like get caught on one of those like wood planks and kind of fall back on your ass a little bit. You have to like
Your
catch
hat
yourself
comes
like
off.
this. Yeah, your whole kettle hound.
My bald head comes
Yeah,
out.
you now see Bosco's bald head.
You're
Um,
bald?
Yes.
Didn't know that about you.
gleaming?
It's an egghead.
Hold on, don't go anywhere.
Can I roll insight
Nixel
on what
is-
is?
Something's not matching up.
Yes, Nixel wants to try and recall if the area around the Sneaky Goose where this murder happened was anywhere near the area where the Grey Withers are said to operate in Port Vishar.
From what you know of the town hall and where the location of the Sneaky Goose and where the other thing happened, they're in close vicinity. Did you happen to get any of the names of the guard?
Nixel wasn't here, but did they?
I don't think I got a name of the other guards. I just got Tiberius. I don't think we
Because
asked.
if you did, I could cross-reference.
Isn't it law that a guard's supposed to identify himself? And I don't believe he did.
The guard.
Maybe in 2025.
The guard knew Tiberius when he saw him. He knew him on sight.
I can't help but note
Say it again?
The guard knew it was Tiberius on sight, so I'm assuming it's an acquaintance or a friend of his.
I mean, Tiberius was well loved. I mean, everyone knew Tiberius. But who were the guard that spoke to you that night?
I don't recall a name, but I do note that it seems the Grey Withers, the Sneaky Goose, where these murders happened, is all relatively close in the same vicinity. It's possible your report may have been falsified.
That's very concerning.
It is.
I'm gonna have to sit and think about this, and I need to look back on the events that have been logged. If you'll excuse me.
Now wait a second. You knew about the other 3 people who were dead,
The other two.
plus the guard.
The other
correct?
2 plus the guard.
I thought there were 3.
There are 3 total. The guard and 2
Tiberius
more.
was the third.
Okay. Okay. Never mind.
JK.
Never mind.
Sit and
I
think about
guess.
it.
I guess.
You didn't hear anything. If you'll excuse me, figure this out. What are all of your names so I can write them down in my report?
In the...
What report?
Now hold on a second. Now hold on.
If
Report.
something needs to be changed,
Sounds like you don't have a report to change.
In the
there is
interest...
a report to change.
Well,
However,
let's wait
I
till you
need-
find it.
In the interest of being in contact with Macy and you about the Grey Withers, how about we keep it at first names? Nobody else has had an idea.
I'm just being chaotic over here. Go ahead.
On official business such as police reports, I'm gonna need your full name. Again,
As
We're
I
back.
said, where's the report?
again, I'm not trying to accuse you all. That's not what I want. I don't. Obviously, you guys were there after the fact.
I wasn't even there, sir.
You were not targeted as the murderers. of
How about
Tiberius.
just one name?
But it is suspicious that I didn't get the same report that now you guys are now giving me.
How about just one name?
Full name.
Nixel Lightwing.
Excellent. We got one. Next.
No.
Bemar.
I give you that look.
Bemar what?
Bemar Sterling.
Cool.
Guys.
Zazaros Drazahar. Drahazar.
Inadvertently gives a false name.
Drahazar. I haven't said it.
I let out a.
Aragar, Skelemesh.
You see him start to sit down and sort of write these names down.
Frederick Shiny Rock.
Frederick Shiny Rock.
I noticed him looking at a shiny rock in the corner.
It's of halfling origin.
That sounds about right. And you miss?
I wasn't there. I met these people, but I was not there that night.
Sunbeam.
I don't know about that name.
You've come here in contract with them, so you are now part of this party.
Aries.
This is a certified Bemar moment.
Already.
Sunbeam.
Aries. This is hot. I said Aries.
Aries.
Yeah, Aries. It's just one name.
Aries is the first name. Aries is the
Moonshower.
second.
Moonshower. That's her last name?
Yeah, I had a bit too much to drink.
Thank you.
So I don't remember my last name.
It's 3 p.m.
I like to drink. Thanks, bud.
Alright. Thank
What'd
you
you say?
for your patience. Thank you for the new information. I will look into it and see if I can find what's going on with this police report.
If we can be of any help, let us know. But please, give honest condolences to the family of that guard.
I certainly will. May the gods protect you.
Ilmater be with you. And with his family.
Thank you.
I bow and start to make my
Yeah,
way back
I'm
out.
walking out of there. Before we get held back, I'm out.
Cool. As you guys start to walk back out,
As we walk out, I
I
go,
do-
what the hell was that?
Actually, I was gonna say I probably you and me corner Cedric.
Yeah, what the heck?
Cedric is taken slightly aback because he understands he may have said too much. But
Okay.
the guards knew we were. At least I knew I was there.
You're assuming
Obviously, we're
that
a safe distance from that courtyard because I don't want nobody listening in.
Yeah,
we're a good way away, and
away.
before we talk about this.
You assume too much thoroughness.
Is it wrong to assume the guard will act honorably?
It is concerning they wouldn't give an honest report.
Right.
That's because the guard that was taken down was done with things meant to make it harder to report.
And how would you know that?
Did you not hear them call me out during the fight?
So you know them?
I know of things like them. I didn't know of that thing in particular.
Well, you know what they call him. Say what?
Exhausted. Take it over. He's just gonna tell the whole joke. What?
What do they call him?
They call this guy over here. They call him the judge.
I kind of turn my head.
They did not. They called me Rune Bearer.
Rockbar.
Look, pull up your sleeve. Pull it up.
I basically move the bandage up so that I can fully reveal the symbol on my arm.
There it is. The judge.
You're saying those symbols
That's
on
what
you-
it says?
Yep.
It's a huge reveal.
Yep.
You're saying you can read those symbols?
I'm a man of many languages. I might not seem like it. Might not have a formal education.
Do you know what language it is?
Primordial.
And you.
You seem not surprised by that answer.
No, just... It's new information that I'm happy to receive.
Can you read anything on this? I'm gonna pull out the stone, and I'm gonna show it to him. Are there any runes or anything that he
The
can
stone
read
you've
on
been
there?
hiding from him?
Yeah.
No runes.
No runes on it?
The big eye.
I
As you-
immediately stop and
As
lock
you pull
eyes.
it out, and it gets closer to him,
I'm not getting it close
you
to
can
him.
feel this magnetic force that just seems to pull you towards him. It doesn't physically move you, but you can feel the energy in your hands
Wants to get there.
that wants to move.
It's like a, you know,
The magnet.
And there's not a single rune on this thing. It's just a stone.
Just kind of, it's a jagged kind of red, ruby-looking crystal.
Is it still like we can't physically touch it with our
I
skin?
have it in the wrappings.
It's
but
it's
I
still in the
opened it
blanket,
up.
right?
Yeah, I opened it up, but I'm not directly touching it.
Okay.
But why the hell is it
Nixel would likely hold out his hand and ask if he can investigate this.
No, hold on a minute.
Why are you so protective over this rock?
Because he wants it so badly.
Oh.
By the way, this entire conversation, my eyes are not focusing on you guys. It's
Yeah, I'm
locked
just
on the
looking
rock.
at
I'm
it.
gonna say
It's like
that,
going
that if he was
precious.
smart, you would come and step
You
over
can-
here on
you
this
can
side
see
and
I
then
am
put
almost-
me in between
You
you
can't
two.
see it, but like it almost looks like I'm vibrating with like
Vibrating?
no, not literally vibrating, but like you can see I'm restraining myself.
Okay.
Fancy.
I was imagining,
Yeah.
you know when the chihuahuas just shake?
Not that much vibration. Not that much
These things are
vibration.
His eyes start to bulge out.
Give me the stone.
that was like the image I had in my head because he wants it so bad. Like,
Yeah, you will get stabbed.
Not quite that, but the
Nixel-
energy is he's restraining himself. You can tell
Okay.
it quite easily.
Because Bosco is desperate to get someone in the group on his side,
oh,
Bosco's gonna say,
This man, over this lizard, over here, I assure you he needs this stone.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
For a great cause.
And what would that be?
can I
This
roll
cause.
perception or insight on that? If he's lying or not.
Do you want me to roll deception?
Sure.
Am I exhausted?
Yeah.
You're still
We're
exhausted.
still
yeah.
exhausted, big boy. We haven't rested.
Nat 1.
Well, I could get a nat 1. We
Well-
don't know. We don't know. It's possible. 4.
Nothing goes my way.
It was close.
You're like drunkenly, I think he's up to something.
You're having a me day. What happens to everyone?
It's the chair.
You're visibly sweating and like stuttering your words, and I'm like, I don't know.
So yeah, you just barely kind of determine that he's... Because both of you rolled so low, honestly, it's kind of like you can't really tell if Bosco's being serious or not.
Wait, I'm
That's what
sorry.
it
I'm
comes
sorry.
down to.
I rolled a 4 on the dice, but it's a perception, so it's actually.
It'd actually be more insight.
Oh, insight. Then it would be an 8. Sorry, I forgot to add the insight to it.
He's
Still not great, but
basically what you're getting from this situation is that Bosco feels that there is something important with that stone relating to Argar that could either help Argar or help Bosco in some way.
Nixel urges again and says, if you just allow me to confirm the magic that is stored within this stone, really, I mean no harm. You can have it right back.
Just so long as you don't cut a deal without me.
The stone is not mine to cut a deal with. It remains yours.
I'm gonna... No.
I'm gonna stand
Give
between
you the
Argar and
wrappings and
Nixon.
whatever. I'm not...
Okay,
Let you touch the...
He grumbles, but
with it in my
kind of
hand-
realizes there's not much he can say.
With it in my hand, with the wrappings still on it, he would look at Zarzaros and say, I'll need to remove these just to see it.
They're open. There's
Oh.
it's just the wrappings are on.
Oh, okay.
Protecting.
So
from
I
my
can
hand.
see it. Okay,
Yeah,
okay. And then Nixel would cast Detect Magic. You would see Nixel pull a small brass monocle out of his pocket, his right pocket, and he'd put it up to his face, and the lens would rotate a little bit as he starts channeling this magic through the monocle.
Your eye just gets slightly bigger.
A little bit bigger with a faint blue glow, and it would just start rotating really, really quick as he just looks at this thing. And he's like,
The monocle or your eye?
the monocle.
The monocle.
The monocle is rotating as it hovers over my eye, and I would make sure to use the brown eye. Actually, I don't remember which eye is which, but that's beside the point. And then I would cast Detect Magic.
Okay, as you do this and you cast Detect Magic on it, in your little monocle that kind of has this magic piece of your monocle that you've tinkered with, speaks back to you, audibly. Ah, yes. I see. It is a large red crystal. It wields evocation magic. Very powerful magic. I need you to roll an Arcana check.
You asked what I...
The DC for this is 25.
Holy. Wait, can I cast guidance on that? Because I see he's doing something with this, and he's...
Luckily, my modifier is +7.
Oh boy. Alright, guidance on that.
Oh, and guidance?
And guidance. Because I see you're doing
A
something,
D4.
and I've already done Detect Magic on the stone before, so I know that that's coming. Though I almost had a seizure last time.
17 + 1 + another 7, so that's 17 + 8.
No
That's
way.
it.
Is that 25?
a 25.
That's it.
Exactly.
25 meets it.
Wow.
That's crazy. Nice. Hey, anything's possible.
You're a genius.
Not just a hat rack.
As it says, very powerful magic, you sort of tune in closer to it. You just bring it right up to your mark. Ah, I see. It has ancient magic of a dragon. But not just any dragon, a great worm. It is... I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's definitely sentient. And it can wield a variety of powers. Most psychically. As the transcription sort of ends with your monocle.
Was that audible to the group or just to Nixel?
All of this audible stuff is to him. Oh, yeah. It's like a tiny little voice that comes out of his monocle.
Oh, it's where it's like,
Yeah. Oh, you hear.
Well,
Cute, I love it.
it's talking to you like, you're
It's like a little.
okay.
Nixel would, as the rotating stops on his monocle, he takes it off and he just kind of drops it back in his pocket of gears. You hear a little tingle, and then he would hand this back to you and say, "I'm finished now."
Well,
Very powerful stuff you've got there.
tie it back up. Put it back.
I'm gonna be like,
Of
well, we knew
course.
that.
I already knew that.
Anything else?
Thank you, Sherlock Holmes.
You're awfully suspicious. Like, where'd you go an hour ago? And now you just looked at this thing and I've never seen this before. And you said it's just powerful.
Yeah, a little more. Anything else?
And you asked what I wanted to do with this weapon. I want to find what caused the plague that almost wiped out the lizard folk of Vesh. And bring judgment on them.
So you're the judge.
Oh.
Before he mentioned that, I had already set to that goal. I didn't need a symbol to know that.
I carried a gem just like that for years. I don't think it's yours to hold.
Are you saying it's yours to hold?
No. But those gems cling to you. I felt a closer connection to that gem than I did my unborn son!
Cedric just goes.
So I know what it's like. And if that's being withheld from him, I think it's wrong.
I'm getting like Green Goblin vibes from this. Oh.
Did you find out anything else? Alignment, anything?
It's evocation magic, however, the full properties of it may not be safe to discuss in the street.
Nothing's safe in these streets.
Wow.
Nothing's safe.
He's not wrong.
While you weren't there for this, Nixel, yesterday I also casted Detect Magic on that, though I was less successful than you were. And I could tell that
That
the
tracks.
I let that go.
Big man.
That was good. That was good.
The power or the magic from the stone is near identical to the magic.
Don't mention it. I know what you speak of.
The magic of that item.
Thank you. Believe it or not, some people don't like this. There's more than you know going on.
And I guess I have a track record for talking too much.
Give me a perception check, all of you.
Oh, here's the natural one.
Ooh, now that you're rolling for yourself.
I can't tell if that's cocked or not.
Actually, you know what? I'm okay
Nope.
with that.
No,
I'm actually okay with that
from this
natural one
angle
on
right
this
here.
because my
It's
perception's
touching the
already
wood, but
bad.
it's not resting on it.
You tell me,
19.
DM, is that cocked?
Ooh.
19. That looks flat to me.
Be that cocked?
Be that cocked.
Touch it, does it move?
Yeah.
Tiny bit.
Let's roll again, dude.
But it's a nat 20! Don't rob me!
I pull out my DM monocle.
Over
It
there.
was cocked. I didn't want to say
perception
anything.
or
I
investigation?
did it again.
Oh my gosh.
It's like-
Dude.
You
No,
gotta
it's
keep
fine.
the
14.
23.
23, 19,
19.
1.
You rolled one?
Are you
Wait,
serious?
you rolled one? You rolled one?
Seven.
Oh.
No, I
God.
had 15.
Oh, my
You
perception.
roll with disadvantage.
Yeah, it was
So-
okay.
It's like, oh well.
That tracks.
Those of you who rolled higher than a 15,
I'm not happy, Bob.
Not.
it's as you're looking around, discussing this kind of conversation, trying to keep quiet and all of that, you're peeking in different spots and corners from the previous event just to make sure that no one is watching you, and you don't see anyone at this present time. Everyone else that's around you is kind of busy with their day-to-day lives, sort of like shoving crates and calling out orders or any of that nature. There's no one really around that's kind of like invested into your conversation.
I think this is a fine place to talk.
What gives you that inclination?
You rolled a 7, so
Actually, no.
Just
I
saying that.
snap back to attention when you say that.
Ah, right. What?
So,
That's a nat 1 right there.
Yeah.
You lost your train of thought.
So, do you believe that whoever released this plague on your people was a malicious group? Is it one person? You don't know the answer?
That's what I am here to find out.
I don't know much about the Veshian clans.
Also, remember, this plague seems to change based on the victim. There are no symbols on the halflings, but there are, as Gax has discovered, insects, something alive on the surface of the walls. Veshians did not have that same affliction. What else could it be than some other power?
You make a fair point, and you've given me a reason to trust a little bit.
We all have pasts, Zarzaros.
Take him off
Give
his
him a
throne,
look.
would you please?
You saw him start to go to grab it,
Oh.
and when you said that, he lowers his
You
head.
are on such a pedestal. It's
Is Bosco or saying this or is Luke saying this?
well, I'm just speaking out
This
loud
is
for Bosco.
Luke.
These are inside thoughts of Bosco.
Oh.
Everyone does.
Tell me, did you ever explain where you got that stone?
It was how we saved Inago's ship. Well, part of how we saved it. Only the first half.
Right. I mean, we did see the ship to port, so it must have been in bad shape.
Was it a creature that had it?
One could say a goo.
One could say it was the creature.
Would I have seen anything like that in my travels previously? Like a goo creature?
Based on the description of a goo,
Yeah.
Well, can
there's
we keep
plenty
it?
of weird oozes and goos
like,
in
yeah.
the Veshlands, but I mean, without further description, you would be able to place what they're talking about.
The stone was its core. It was acidic in nature, similar to the things we fought yesterday. Though that seemed, the acidic nature of that creature seemed to burn physical matter around it, not just people.
If you remember,
So a
my
second-
armor had a hole.
It almost ruined my fine clothes.
Well, it did ruin my armor.
And you got it
Almost
fixed.
ruined.
You got it fixed. We're all good.
What were you saying, Argo?
Interesting that we've now been assailed on by two separate creatures with acidic properties.
And no one thought to grab their cores.
You have incredible insight. That didn't cross my mind.
I kind of cock my head, not sure if you're taking the piss out of me or... but I let it go.
So, it seems that something... There's a correlation, maybe. I'm not going to be so bold as to say there is one, but strange now that we've been attacked twice. With creatures acidic in nature and that drop mineral cores or something to their core that exudes a magic.
Maybe we should have asked Lucius if the cores were in the report.
No.
That's why
We're
I
not-
asked about the stones. If they were in the report, he didn't give an answer.
He wasn't giving us anything because we were being real sus, and we're not gonna go back to him.
I didn't say we're
and
going
start
back.
saying anything
I
else.
did not say we should go back and ask him.
All your findings.
It is curious, though, that... Well,
How...
The creature seemed to be a stowaway on a Nago ship. No rhyme or reason. It wasn't planning anything.
a stowaway on a Nago ship, one of the Crow's Vigil, that carry cargo from the Grey Withers?
Yeah, what the ship? Because it's a Naga, right? So it's part of the Crow's Vigil,
Yeah.
right? We didn't know that until later.
Yeah.
But,
The creature itself did not seem intelligent enough to plan things.
Did Unago know you walked off
It
the
doesn't-
ship with this gem?
hey, you're not
How do
on
you
his
know that-
payroll anymore.
How do you know the creature wasn't put there?
It's a possibility.
I don't believe that Inago knew anything about the stone. We never showed him, I don't believe.
If
No.
he did, I think he might not have allowed you to take it.
I'm guessing.
Why do you say that?
He's a smuggler. The stone's obviously worth something.
Yeah, we'll find your
What do you mean
keepers,
by
and we save
obviously
the
worth
ship.
something? How do you know it's worth anything?
I mean, look at the thing. There are people fighting over it.
He's fighting over it.
I don't know, why don't we just, if it's worth something, maybe walk into the Grey Withers and say, who got the stone?
The stone is dangerous.
Okay.
Zarzaros, if I may. To gain trust, one must act in trust. Perhaps the best move is to give this stone to Argar.
Believe me, I want to. And I want to believe that he wants the best for his people, and that he's searching for, as you said, not a cure, but justice. However,
Gax
I
is
don't
that
know.
cure.
I don't know what your weapon will do.
I don't know how much more convincing we need to do.
Nixel, you speak of trust. Where were you that hour you were gone?
Following up on some leads.
When
Well, as good as time as any.
I'm getting a little sick of all the secrets.
He's cranky. He's
He's
tired.
so cranky.
Where were you? And were you with my wife?
Hashtag cranky Bosco.
I love the side
Following
story.
up on some leads.
Yeah.
Bosco's wife.
It's a hot lead.
I assure you, Bosco, I care not for your wife. I was checking in on Kieran.
Kiernan, Cedric immediately gets invested.
When you guys took off running after the figure on the housetop there, I had a thought, and I thought perhaps if Kiernan weren't at his usual spot, we might have a lead.
Was he there?
He was.
I think it's time we go ask him and find out more about your discussion.
Well, what did you talk to him about?
Yeah, what did you... If you're not... I mean, at this point, I don't trust what you're going to say is the truth.
Oh my god.
So I'm ready to go to the raised roof and ask him myself.
Let's let him speak.
You may do what you wish, Bosco. While I was speaking with Kieran,
Well,
while I was speaking with Kieran, I asked him about the Grey Withers.
point blank?
That's correct.
That's Nixel. I'm getting the sense point blank.
He mentioned that the Grey Withers would pay handsomely for Lavrasite.
Now
How
why?
much?
1,000 gold per pound.
Now why do the Grey Withers want Lavrasite?
Precisely why I asked him.
And what was his answer?
He didn't give me a straight one.
Of course.
Why would he?
That might be our in to the Grey Withers. We have something they want in the Lavrasite. They need to offer something in return.
I suspect
This could be a suicide mission they're sending us on.
I suspect they want to get rid of us.
Exactly.
Why do you suspect that?
We
Was that just a
have-
hunch, or did he say anything else?
He mentioned how dangerous it would be to acquire this stone. What with Ironhide and all that.
And we have already been followed. They must have a keen interest, as we do of them.
I have a feeling we're being followed by them, and they don't like our presence very much.
Yeah. Got that.
Can I roll a insight or perception check to verify he's being honest?
Sure.
Back to our
Just one insight.
untrusting ways. This combo.
Insight.
Insight, yeah.
Oh, 4.
Gosh.
He's so tired. He's so tired.
This has been a bad night.
Nixel, just roll persuasion.
Why do I need to persuade?
It's more of me explaining what he gets out of the conversation.
Yeah, I get nothing.
17.
You feel he's telling you the honest truth and the dealings that he had with Kieran Agravar.
I appreciate your honesty.
Is
I
that
feel like I can trust you now.
Yeah, right now. You're on point. On point tonight.
Nixel and Bosco, best of friends?
In addition,
Besties.
I asked Kieran why he didn't ask the Grey Withers to procure him Lavrosite. And he mentioned that
Wait,
they're a different issue for him to solve.
wait. You said you asked Kiernan why the Grey Withers didn't ask Kiernan to.
I asked Kieran why he didn't have the Grey Withers procure him Lavrosite.
So he wants the Lavrasite. Kiernan, right?
Kieran
okay,
wants
sorry.
the
I was.
Lavrosite.
I thought it was
Correct.
Kieran.
Okay, for a minute I was associated.
Kieran.
Kieran,
He's
Kiernan.
willing-
I also
It's
thought it was
Kiernan
Kieran.
now. It's Kiernan now. That's what I'm calling him.
Apologies, and he's the one who will pay. He's the one who will pay handsomely, not
Oh,
the Grey
okay,
Withers.
okay. And
And why does he...
However, I feel that Kieran is, let's say, contracted by the Grey Withers.
Well, I can tell you he's at least associated with them.
How else can he pay anyone's tab for the evening? Just by them beating him in chess.
what else did you get from him? Because it sounds like we need to have a little discussion with our little pal.
I have a
Or
question.
I do.
That was all.
I have a question
I want,
about
can I
Insight.
insight that?
Yeah. Can we all inside that? Whoever-
Oh, I'm not rolling.
I mean, us
I
that
am
are
not
questioning
interested in this
him.
conversation by comparison.
17.
I think we need to figure out why this guy just sits there and gives away free
10.
rooms. Like, what's his motive?
15.
Oh, not
I get
one.
Yeah, he's got a
It's going
17
around.
from his previous roll.
It's not it's making the rounds, man.
You are a
The
very,
so-
very thorough, trustworthy fellow.
Yeah, so the information that he's been giving you guys feels sufficient for the conversation that he had with Kieran. Essentially, that's how you can.
I feel like I can drop my guard around you.
Okay, so basically, Kieran, I'm gonna call him Kieran, but Kieran wants us to get ladder sight for him, and we'll pay 1,000 gold per pound.
Correct.
He wants it,
Yes.
and he's involved with the Grey Withers.
He wouldn't tell
He's
me.
involved with the Grey Withers, and you know this.
He is a Grey Wither.
And you know this how? Spit it up, Cedric.
I mentioned this. I mentioned this when we were chasing the hooded fellow, but
Well, I was running ahead.
all Grey Withers have an earring
Mhm.
denoting that they are a part of the Grey Withers.
Mhm.
Associates may not have the earring, but direct involvement means you have the earring.
Okay.
No, it seems like you got some answers for something.
Oh my God, Moscow.
Do you care to share that? I mean,
I don't have any answers. I don't have any
this
answers.
This is a safe space to share.
Just in the middle of the square.
There was one more thing.
I can't.
He was very interested in you, Ares.
Why? What did he say about me?
He asked you for your name.
And what did you tell him?
I told him Ares Sunbeam. I still don't know your last name.
Okay.
Cedric
and,
laughs at sunbeams.
And what did he say? What else did he say?
He said he suspected as much.
Ares, what
The
does
look.
that mean?
I don't know. I want to go talk to him. I don't know what that means.
Well, hold on. I want to talk to him too. But why is he interested in you?
I don't know how much I'm told. Put a
Hold on.
message.
Cedric wants an answer. Cedric is worried about this.
Aries, at this point, you're the one that you know the least about.
What did I tell you guys before? What did I tell Bosco? I said that they were involved in some shady stuff back home. Basically, I don't want to say this. I haven't told anybody my last name, right? Only you. You know, but no one else. Well, I suspect he wants to know about me because of family ties that I have.
In what house would that be?
I am not involved with House Greyweather. I want to investigate
I
them,
was about to
but
ask that. I had
someone
that
in my
inkling.
family is been involved with them, which I don't condone at all, and
who
I'm
might
trying to
that-
figure out.
And who would that be?
My father.
Who is?
That was so bashful.
Sorry. I did not plan for this session. What's his name again? What's
Your dad's
what's
name.
my dad's name? I don't like my dad.
Eladir.
Thank you. Eladir. Belmoon.
Does Cedric recognize his name?
Eladir Filmoon, give me a history check.
I really meant to prep this one.
You're a
15?
historian.
Eladir Filmoon does ring a bell.
Does the last name film?
The only thing that you really know about this person is that they were elvish and that they were a well-known individual from the city of Bristar.
Well known for what? Do I know, or just well known?
Well known as in part of kind of business related.
So your father is done.
He was wealthy.
So your father's done business with the Grey Withers.
Yes.
I think we could use this to our advantage. I think you're the inn. This is how we get to Firefox.
I don't think so.
Or Foxfire.
I think Ares is the, let's say, fill-in to step into her father's place to pay his debts.
Do they know that?
Does who know that?
Do the Grey Withers know?
I don't know what the Grey Withers know. I'm trying to get more information on them. I'm not involved in all this stuff because I did not condone the terrible things and all the politics stuff that my dad got into.
Where is your dad now?
We're asking questions she does not know yet.
Right. I don't know all these things, guys. I wish I did. I don't know where he's at now. I don't know where he's at now. I honest to God don't know where he's at now.
And you're looking for him?
No, I'm not looking for him. I don't really care about him right now. If I
Could
run
he
into
be
him,
looking for you?
possibly.
So
if he's
your dad,
still around.
So your dad does dealings with the Grey Withers. You allegedly don't approve of this.
Mm-hmm.
And now you find yourself in Port Vishar, where the Grey Withers are expanding their domain.
He's making connections.
Keep going. No.
So what? So why are you here?
I told you I'm trying to find answers on the Grey Withers.
Let's go get you.
I feel like we have only known each other how many days? How many days have we been together?
You and me a few days.
Okay, few days, a couple days. We have a little bit more history together, right? So we've built trust over time. I have told you guys a little bit more information than I am comfortable with telling you right now. And with time, maybe more things will come from that. But I've told you honestly what is going on so far. I do not know where my father is. He was supposed to be executed, but I don't know.
Pardon?
We throw that out there for a little more hook and bait for Cedric. Yeah.
He was meant to be executed on what charges?
What charges? We had this memory. What charges?
Officially,
what charges?
Lots of charges. The propaganda that you placed was for murder.
Okay. I'm like, I know which thing. Okay.
On what charges?
Multiple charges, okay?
Multiple
charges and
racketeering.
And suspicion of being involved with murder, but yeah.
Murder of who?
I don't know all the details.
She
Cedric,
is
please.
not her father.
I guess he's
She
innocent.
may not have all
She just
the
has
details.
connections that her father does.
Cedric.
Hey,
and
hey.
the Grey Withers
Speaking
are
over
dangerous.
everyone, Nixel would say, Ares, we appreciate your candor.
Thank you. I don't always bring all this up because of the bad associations and because I don't want to be associated with that, and I know this is usually what happens. So you can see why I might wait a while to let anybody know information when I'm trying to remove myself from that association.
I'll let you into my home.
Bosco.
Bosco, please. Back to the issue at hand. Zarzaros.
Assuming this is all true, putting her in front of Kieran is probably the worst idea we could do.
It really is.
We should not be making her decisions for her. If she wishes to speak with Kieran, that is her right. Zarzaros.
He looks at you with the model.
Women's rights. He's secretly
Cedric is an ally. Cedric is an ally.
Nixel is
Are you though? Because you are badgering me right now, Cedric.
If anything,
Where are you, bud? You said one thing, but help me out.
I know the Grey Withers. I've been trying to deal with them for a while now, and
So it
I
seems like
fancy
you.
myself.
Yeah. Hold on.
And
I'm gonna interrupt that like you.
And I fancy.
And I think it's your turn to tell us all of your information on the Grey Withers then, because we were not in the same circles back when. So now you fess up. What you have.
You can see as you guys have started to get a little bit more rowdy, people are sort of
Ow.
turning heads and just sort of like.
We're yelling.
With
We're
that
like-
said,
And then they go back to their.
with that
dealings.
said, Nixel would grab Zarzaros and Aragar and ask them to come over here with him so that he can broker a deal of some sort.
So you're taking these two aside.
Yeah. As long as they come willingly.
Come willingly. You're all about.
I shrug, and I'm like,
Two giants and one little 4-foot
One little
artificial.
fairy.
Looks up. All right, guys.
You can attempt it, but I really think it would be a benefit for everyone to be a part of this main conversation.
I think.
I mean, obviously you
We
know
have
what-
plenty of time to catch up on history.
Right now. Great. I want to hear what Cedric has to say.
All right, Cedric. Take a minute to think of your story. Better be good while they have their little deal.
No, I want to hear what he has to say.
I meant like I could have him wait. If you need to do
Okay,
that, I
okay.
will have him wait. He won't say anything to me until
Oh.
you're around.
Okay.
Not a peep.
Cedric is just confused that this is.
You guys go off and kind of find a quiet space where there's like a couple of crates where you two can sit down while he's kind of like floating in midair.
I look at Bosco. I'm like, we're just letting him do this.
I sit down into the
can't
like just
stop
onto
him.
like the ground, cross-legged.
You can
and I
see
just wait
a
until
baker
the other
comes
two gets
by
to-
with like a
No.
basket of croissants and just starts like
Delicious.
anyone? To you three.
Us three.
Are they freshly baked?
Of course. You
I'm
can
not-
smell just the
Just
fresh
how much?
croissants.
How much?
I was about to say,
Like,
literally about to say buttery.
Three
I reach in. I give the 3 copper.
into freshly baked croissants.
Oh, I'll
Appreciate
take
it,
one
good
too.
sir.
Thank you.
Are they buttery?
I'm not paying
That's a
attention because
croissant,
I
it's
am
fine.
concentrated on what's going on with him over
Alright,
there.
then you give me
I'm
a
bonding
perception
with
check.
Bosco over these croissants.
So I'm like not paying attention.
I'm really not hard.
Oh, come on, baby. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Okay.
My
And
God.
now I-
You guys.
What did you say?
Zarzaros sits and places
You
his
almost-
shield across his legs like a table. Well,
I will start first.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead.
When I was in the dunes and stumbled across this item, that was the first breakthrough I've had in trying to find a path forward in 4 years. I'm willing to take a leap of faith in order to accomplish my goal.
what was this great accomplishment?
Discovering the item, learning a taste of what it is capable of, and knowing that there is something beyond the mundane happening. There is something arcane happening.
Where did you say you got the item from?
I got it in the dunes.
How?
2 men fighting over it. Killed each other for it.
Insight.
Deception. Hold on, don't say it yet. Just making sure I have all.
More secrets.
Inspiration.
Oh, you hadn't used your.
Inspiration adds a D10.
But
Oh, you're
yeah,
right. You're right.
he
You're
had
right.
to keep what he had,
I'm sorry,
especially
I'm
for
sorry.
he
I
rolled.
forgot.
Keep the roll and add
Alright.
a D10.
Added. Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want
We're using
Maybe I don't want to.
the homebrew version.
I forgot about that.
Add a D10.
I'll leave it then. All right.
Ooh.
Net 1.
Oh. 16.
They killed each other over it. That doesn't sound promising.
There is more.
I do take out a book that I've been concealing.
I can't read it.
The book you see, Zardaros, it's pretty plain. It's not like a giant textbook. It's more journal-sized. But it looks pretty pristine. It's just a nicely leather-bound book. There's no title or anything on it.
The text, the symbols in this book is the same ones that show up on lizard folk that are affected by the plague.
Sounds like you should show it to Bosco, not me.
Like I said, it was a breakthrough. I wandered the dunes because staying at home was impossible for me. No one listened to me.
I'm sorry that was the circumstance. And I'm glad that you found a breakthrough for what you're searching for.
Like I said, the source of this plague, so I can end it.
Not in a malicious way, correct?
Unlike the plague givers that have killed how many now?
I'm on your side.
If you said that loudly, did we hear that from far away?
You guys are invested in the croissants.
Yeah,
but-
the intel.
We're doing the croissanting.
But Ares definitely would have heard that louder part.
I'm on your side. I want to believe that this weapon is not going to do something horrific. I want to believe that you're not just going to turn into some murderer. That's the last thing I want.
Why do you think I've been... It has only been a day. I understand. That's why I have been patient. It's why I didn't just reach for the stone when you brought it out.
And I'm glad that you didn't.
Regardless, that blood would be on his hands, not yours.
You're right.
Roll charisma saving throw.
Oh.
Should be high as a power.
13.
You roll a persuasion check.
10.
His comet hits you somewhere deep, but you use your stillness to resist the temptation to fall into that vengeful attitude.
I want to give you the stone. Can you assure me there was no malicious intent or evil aura from it?
What I sensed was very powerful,
You've said that.
and let me finish.
Very in character.
Ancient magic, likely associated with that of a dragon. A great worm. A sentient being that grants many magical powers, mostly psychic.
Is there anything I can roll for, like, knowing psychic abilities alignment, per se? Of, like, is that gonna be something that's good, evil, lawful, or...
Give me a religion check.
And would I be able to insight him when he says psychic? Is there any reaction that I could tell from that?
Would I be able to do the same type of religion check?
Oh my god.
So
Probably not the religion check for you. You did meet that Arcana 25 check. I guess I could add on that the presence, the alignment of it was not necessarily evil, but it wasn't necessarily good either. It had its way with kind of shifting and balancing it back and forth.
Not one.
Another one?
Yes.
Oh.
This is not like the other night. Well, not 20.
Can I do something while they're talking and she's focused on them?
eat croissants.
Eat more croissants.
Yeah, what is it?
Croissant. As she's focused on them, I want to cast a guidance on myself.
Sure.
Why are you being so sneaky?
Yeah, well, in that one, it's not helping you out at all.
I will assure you that the presence that I felt was not evil, not good, but neutral. It had a way of balancing the two.
I like the sound of that, as my devotion has led me from a evil path to one of redemption. I'll pull out the stone. Please don't go down the wrong path.
The beauty, Zarzaros, is that if he does, you'll be there to stop him.
I appreciate that.
There's a moment of hesitation before.
Break time.
Thank you.
Break time.
Oh.
And we're back. So, real quick before we get to Aragar over there, Ares, what you would have been able to overhear from this conversation that went on between Nixel, Zarzaros, and Aragar is you can obviously the tension goes up at points. You can see there's some sort of like argument, some distrust happening. But for the most part, you notice that Nixel seems to be able to persuade Zarzaros in the end to sort of hand over the stone. As that conversation comes to an end, and you guys, as Zarzaros, you sort of slowly kind of, not reluctantly, but with caution, hand the stone over to Aragar, and Aragar takes it. Aragar, you vanish instantly. As you feel this surge of immense power, a coldness that sort of runs through all of your veins. You're in this black space, and as you breathe, you see the mist of just a cold mist come out, as if you've been in the Arctic for days. You feel chilled to the bone. All of a sudden you feel this magnetic pull as several images start flashing through your mind as you're going back in time. It starts to speed up and it gives you this immense pain as you can't see what's going on in all these images, but you feel the torment that is happening from all the prior judges that held this weapon before you. All of them, every single one, the part that you can pick out, was Dragonborn. You are the only lizard folk that has ever held this weapon. Eventually, the visions start to slow down. And you hear and see in front of you. You see a blank space, and walking from the shadows comes a large, gargantuan silver dragon. As he steps forward towards you, looks down towards you. Interesting. Never before have I seen a lizard folk with my tier. Are you up to the challenge? Are you worthy? Do you find yourself worthy to hold this weapon?
I have been traveling for a long time in isolation to find what caused the plague that ravaged my people. I will do what needs to be done to render judgment on those sinners.
You are confident, novitiate. He relaxes a little bit. He says, "You and I are now one. The power I grant will flow through you. And as you strengthen, more power will be granted unto you. You have just witnessed the power of my ancient form, each one that held me before you. Each one you felt their torment as they fell by their own misjudgment. You have formed an alliance with many gray auras, templates that are yet to be drawn upon. You must guide them to the truth. The presence of Draconians means one thing.
I'm sorry.
He's staring at you, just waiting.
I don't know what to say. I'm taken aback.
That's a first for our.
I can see you're stumbling for words. The Draconians means only one thing.
Truth? Absolution? I've been traveling these ways for so long, and I've barely spoken to the weapon that I've been granted.
The juror
Judgment
is up to his tricks once more. And not just by his own accord. The cult of the devouring flame has returned. And with it comes the revenant of Zotha. You cannot. It is your duty to destroy them all. Your world and all the worlds around depend on it.
then they will be judged and they will be rendered asunder.
I hope you do not befall the same misjudgment those prior to you have. As you return back, I need you to make a charisma saving.
Oh shit.
Dude, what a title card.
Smack.
That should be the intro for
Well, there goes my luck. Well, 14.
14. That's going to fail.
Yeah.
You need to take 19 points of psychic damage.
Oh,
Oh.
jeez.
Okay.
You guys see this all happens in a second. He's gone, and then he's back, and you see this intense pain that he is holding, as if it's not physical pain, it's mental pain. He's in anguish.
What happened?
At that point, Nixel would go fetch Cedric. Not yelling, not frantic, but hurried.
Sure.
I'm gonna come over to his side. Are you okay? Do you need anything? What happened?
Silver Dragon.
Tamara? No, that's a platinum. Never mind. Don't say that. Really not.
Judgment. The cult of the devouring flame. Does anyone know what that means?
Can I roll history?
Sure. Is he asking all of us? Am I here? Did you
I'm
grab
not-
Anyone that's surrounded.
Yeah,
I was
I mean,
listening.
Nixel would have
it would
flew
take-
over, grabbed you
Yeah, it
real
would take
quickly.
like a minute.
I can't believe I flubbed the judgment thing. God damn it.
Meanwhile, you're like halfway into a croissant. Nixel's like,
What are we doing? History?
I need you. Yeah, one of those.
That exhaustion is really rough.
I haven't rolled higher than a 4.
16.
Jinx.
Because of this exhaustion.
What do you?
16.
16.
I'm gonna use well. I got a 14.
Did I call for a check?
I was rolling for
History.
history.
Oh, right, history.
History. Woo.
Yeah, forgot about that because I was deep in croissants. Yeah, no, that doesn't ring any bells.
Can Nixel roll history?
Yep.
I doubt I know about this.
Bigly,
I
strongly.
was debating.
Math I can't do in my head. 22.
Still nothing.
Oscar rolled a 3.
What
I'm
was
gonna-
your HP at?
Yeah, can I tell that you're hurt?
I'm wounded, but you see the energy,
As
like a little bit of energy come off as you realize like part of that was taken by the temporary hit
As
points,
I
but
come over to you, I am gonna lay my hand on you
Oh, okay, I
and
was
give
gonna-
you
only a small amount.
Argar, as you look
5
down,
hit
you can
points.
see that the weapon is just pulsing. Just
Has the stone already been
kind of
merged
like
to
a
it?
heartbeat. Yeah.
Are you still injured?
You gain 5 hit points.
Thank you. Sorry.
Are you still injured? Because I was gonna just like. top you off.
By a very small amount.
Okay.
Like it's not worth.
Okay. That's
It was a large silver dragon spoke about judgment.
You can give me a religion check.
Dirty 20.
30-20. The Draconic Pantheon is known to you. You would know that this is based on him talking about judgment, and it being specifically harsh judgment. This is not Bahamut. This is Lendis, the dragon deity of judgment. He's the balancer.
You called him.
Would Bosco have any knowledge of this from the dream he had? May I roll?
I mean, have you spoken of it yet?
Just the description of the silver dragon, yeah. Large, like, yeah.
And he said something about judge.
Yeah, give me a... I guess it's also a religion check.
Disadvantage.
With advantage, but it's one roll.
Cancel each other out.
Oh, I roll again. I had
No.
that one. Lucky.
No, you just rolled a 1 because you have advantage, but disadvantage from exhaustion. So
What
it's
about my lucky?
canceled.
He's a halfling.
Oh, yeah. That trait is not affected by exhaustion.
12.
12. The silver dragon he speaks about is intriguing to you. You don't exactly know who it is or what they're talking about because you don't really follow the Draconic Pantheon. But
The thought
him talking about judgment seems very... it definitely perks your ears.
This silver dragon, I remember the name. Lendis.
After I realize that you're not injured anymore because Zarzo's healed you, my next thing is I look down. You said it was pulsing, the weapon?
It's more of...
And is that visible to
It's
us?
more like the weapon is fine. It's more of he feels this heartbeat.
Oh,
from
okay. Oh,
within.
so it's not like it's like
As if
glowing or
his
something.
heartbeat is in tune with the heartbeat of the weapon.
As a follower of a draconic being, would I know the relation between Lendis and Tamara?
Give me a religion check with advantage.
No. 9.
With advantage?
With advantage. I rolled lower the second time.
A 9 is not too bad in this case. You know the Draconic Pantheon pretty well, being associated with Tamara, and this Lendis is known to be, or is prophesied to be, the mate of Lendis. And together they had a draconic son, deity, named Bahamut.
Tamara
And Lendis
and Lendis had
Bahamut. Who Bahamut is also known to be a god of justice, but he is not seen as being harsh as Lendis is.
Lendy's be the baby daddy.
So, would I know the alignment from a 9 of Lendis specifically?
Lawful neutral. He's called the Balancer.
Alright.
Well, so I'm just gonna ask what happened, because he's just run over here and sees that you're injured.
Visions. Past judges.
Judges? Didn't you say he was the judge? What do you?
There was more before me. Many more. Misjudges.
Miss?
There is a
like
there is
Mr.
a
and Mrs.
there is a fate for misjudges, for judging poorly.
Oh, I heard like MISS, like a Miss Judge and a Mr. Judge.
No.
Did you see the judges?
I saw the torment of what they go through. when they misjudge.
Why did you get this vision?
Because Lendy's...
Also, said you didn't see you get the stone, by the way. I don't know what the stone... I don't know that you got the stone.
Yeah. When I beheld the stone...
You gave him the stone?
I gave him the stone. It's besides the point. He vanished. He's back now. He was injured.
You gave him the stone and he left?
I didn't even have time to choose. I didn't run. I was transported. Ever so briefly.
You were taken.
I turned to Bosco.
I suspect I'm not the first person to have received visions.
Visions of what? I'm sorry, I was enjoying my croissant.
He's tired.
I appreciate the tension. Really.
Bosco's pulled up against a like one of those cornered kind of crates with a bucket of apples next to it. He's just like,
No one's acknowledging me. So we're like, oh,
Chris,
wow.
what?
All I know is Lindy spoke to me. I am to be the next judge.
And who is Lendy's?
I suppose you wouldn't know. It is a dragonborn god.
Oh. Well, I understand. God
Mate
speaks
to
you.
Tamara.
Sorry, what? Mate to Tamara?
Yes.
You know of Bahamut?
Do I?
give me a religion check.
17.
Bahamut, you may know, there's a lot of literature on Bahamut.
Okay.
And specifically in regards to Ilmater, he's a lawful good god, so Ilmater works along the same kinds of lines that Bahamut would.
I would get along
except
well.
he's part of the Draconic Pantheon versus the Faerunian Pantheon.
I would get along well with their followers.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I've heard of him.
Lendy is the father, manner of speaking.
I see. And
Tamara being the mother.
And he spoke to you.
Yes.
And injured you?
I'm still getting used to the bond we have. It's as taxing on the mind.
Well, I'll take the fact that you didn't immediately attack us to your advantage and say you probably are not meaning harm with the stone.
I will say you still feel that iciness in your veins.
You are not to be judged. You haven't done. You are a great template. If I was to use a term from Lendis.
Thank you? I don't know what to say to that. I'm a good template.
It is a good thing. Sorry. It was a lot to take in.
I'm sure it was. Don't feel bad for...
It also seems I'm the first non-dragonborn to assume this role.
Did he give you a task? Where do we go next?
The cult of the devouring flame. That is who I need to seek out and expunge from the world. He mentioned a remnant of Sulfa.
A remnant?
A replicant?
No. don't know what this is. I'm assuming we'll find out if we hunt down this cult.
We don't know where to start.
Perhaps Port Vishar needs our help first. I'm sure we'll get there. Maybe there's even ties to the Grey Withers.
Possibly.
Seems like their lot.
It's possible. Cults, I would imagine, especially malicious
Tamper with
cults.
things.
Hmm?
Tamper with things.
They probably also don't wield their name lightly.
I see. Could be working in the shadows.
You guys can see that the sun is slowly starting to dip beyond the horizon. It's starting to get a little darker out. You can see the glow of the...
We've wasted a whole day.
Wait, we're not done
You
with the
guys, it
conversation.
was about 3 when we started. It's getting to be around 6 or 7. at this
Holy
point.
moly!
Well, we're not done, brother.
I will say one last thing.
And you can see like the glow of the streets. Those like glowing
Oh,
bricks
the bricks.
start to light up a little bit more. But yeah, go on.
I will say one last thing.
And I kind of you hear him chuckle, which is
Off-putting.
the first.
I appreciate that you will, I guess, keep me from going off the edge, but it sounds like if I do that, there are consequences. With my own patron.
I'm just glad that it seems you're now tied. We are two that are bound now to
Find this, or uncover this cult.
well, that may be your task.
I
I just meant we seem to follow the same kind of dragons.
On the internet, you were in the Dragon Club.
Yeah.
You've got a dragon card.
He stands up a little straighter than usual.
Nice. So as this conversation comes to a close, where are you guys headed next?
I think Gary's supposed to say something.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
No, I meant we can walk back to the Red whatever, the inn, Ray's Roof, Red Tavern Inn.
Red roof.
Sorry. But we were having a discussion that my friend here wanted to be a part of. Now that this whole thing is played out, we can talk and walk, whatever works for you, but we're not done.
We do need to have a heading, I do believe. We hadn't really decided on whether we were going into the savannah or staying here in Port Vishar.
Well, seeing how it's getting late, I think heading into the savannah at night would be a poor decision.
So we waste another day that a lion drake could
I say
attack.
I say we use this time to get any more information from Kieran that we can, and then regroup for an early venture to the savannah
We can
tomorrow.
also scope out the house at night.
I would just hate to see more civilians murdered. We already lost one today.
I would as
There
well.
were 3 more last night.
I would as well, but heading into something ill-prepared will mean the death of us, and the death of us means the death of many more of them.
You're right on that account.
So
Perhaps we could all do with a good night's rest. I know Bosco looks tired today.
There's
What
not
time is
much saving I'm able to do right now.
Had fun with the missus last night, did we?
I'm just gonna ignore it.
Coming from you, Nickel.
I don't have
Lady
the
killer.
energy. I don't have the energy.
Bosco, you get a message.
Oh.
You don't see me do anything. I'm just like,
Hey, babe. Are you bringing home any food?
Oh no.
your wife is.
That dragon ate all the crab. We had leftovers for like 3 weeks, and he ate all of it. You can respond to this message.
At the beach.
Oh.
Honey, I don't have any food on me, but I guess I gotta find some because, you know, I'm feeding two at this point.
This is out loud, right?
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah, no, the response to a message can be...
Oh, it's just
Yeah.
out loud. Okay.
I don't know what to feed her. Is it too late for any market?
No, there's a couple of markets that are still open.
Okay.
What does Bosco go and find, if anything?
Some porridge.
Porridge? Okay.
Maybe
Cool.
some berries.
Some berries.
Porridge and berries.
I haven't been any protein.
What kind of porridge is it?
Feeding two. Here.
It's entirely unseasoned.
Okay, so you head over to a little bit further down the boardwalk.
I gotta leave the group, obviously.
There's a small market stand, and you see this kind of their beard is kind of falling out. It's real patchy.
Yeah.
This halfling.
Oi! You want some porridge?
No,
I'm cheap. I'm cheap.
so I beg of you. My pregnant lady at home is starving. And I can only imagine how my unborn child is starving as well. Could you please spare
That's a
some porridge?
horrible story.
Could you please spare some porridge?
Give me a persuasion check with advantage. Well, no, one roll.
Oh, then it was a 17.
17.
I suppose I can do it once.
So,
He waits a minute, makes sure that no one's looking, and he dips one of his ladle or whatnot into the porridge and dumps you a portion, hands it to you. It's a full portion, but obviously you have to split this between you and Darley.
Who's small?
can I have your name?
Bruce.
Bruce.
Write down so he never comes back to this shop.
Never tell the same.
Okay, Bruce. I will come back and repay you when I have money. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Sure thing. You'll find me here at Bruce's porridge stand.
I'm gonna, my little feet move quick.
Yeah, you hear that.
Quickly, yes.
On small bricks.
What's the gang doing in relation to me?
Oh.
Wait, the gang?
Yeah.
Oh, you was only a few hundred feet, 200 or 300 feet down. So you're still within eye shot.
I'm gonna come back to the group with my porridge and say,
Guys, I must deliver this to Darley. She's actually starving. So I must deliver this. Would anyone like to join? Or you can, with the exception of the dragon kind, you can crash at my place and... Whoa, you're too big!
Everyone's like,
Actually, so my house is halfway to the savannah. It's right there. But to be quite honest, you can spend the night, but I'd be more than, this fellow, this sorceress has to get off his pedestal, and we've got a pig pen you can sleep in outside. But there can be a place we can crash, because I don't think we bought 2 nights at the raised roof.
oh, that's true, right? You have to get another night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Is everything okay at home, Bosco? Why do you have just one portion of porridge?
We're tight on money. I mean, Art isn't paying the bills.
Can I do an insight check on that?
Can I-
Sure.
10.
Your deception check.
Oh.
How?
A 10.
How?
Mm.
Oh,
I mean, meat. Does it?
meat and beef, right?
Meat beats. Yeah.
Okay.
So, in this scenario, what you clock is that you've heard him talk about money. You obviously saw the giant crab you guys had last night. You've been around Darley, you've seen their home. They're not necessarily tight on money. So what he's getting out of this whole bringing one bowl of porridge, it seems a little off-putting to you, but not in the sense of like there's any like malicious intent behind it.
Didn't you have crab boil? You had extras.
The extras are gone. I mean, the dragon destroyed my house.
I have rations. How long is ration? Like, is one ration one meal?
Yeah, basically it's like kind of like one meal in the wilderness or something. It's just like dried jerky and stuff like that.
Bosco, if you're gonna go hungry tonight, I have food I can give you.
I can spit a porridge. I mean, you haven't... Some of you guys haven't eaten today. I mean, you're not starving. My girl's starving.
Wait, also, didn't Bosco just, like, splurge on some croissants?
It was
Yeah.
3 copper.
Yeah, so I'm not super hungry. This is for the lady.
A croissant, a fresh baked croissant is definitely more expensive than this porridge.
Oh my god.
Well, you didn't see him buy it. Only I saw him buy it. Actually, I did see you buy that.
No, he was speaking with his mouth full of croissant.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Bosco, despite your comment, I think you should absolutely go home and get your lady the porridge she deserves
Yes.
and enjoy the night. Try to sleep better than you did last night.
Well, where are you gonna be?
I'll be at the raised roof.
I feel better with you in the pig pen, to be quite honest.
We've got other things we're gonna take care of.
Are you nervous, Bosco?
Why do you want to separate me?
I'm not trying to separate you.
Then why'd you say it?
I
the
said,
only one.
despite your comment, I hope you have a great night.
He was being nice.
This wife attachment right now.
I think
Ball and chain. That's why you're separated.
I think you ought to come with me.
You think I ought to come with you?
I think you need to.
I'll do it.
What'd you say?
Yes.
Wait, what'd you say? Wait, what'd you say?
Said I'll do it.
No. We've got other things. We have other things we're gonna take care
Actually,
about tonight. Don't run off. I'm not going.
I have one concession. You're coming alone.
How is that a concession? How is that a concession?
Only you.
But
Bosco, you're
What
making
does
me
he-
scared for Zarzaros here.
But this is
Don't be scared for me. Look
No.
at the man.
No.
this is
I look at Bosco with his little kettle helm over his eyes.
Looking up.
I look down at him. I look back up at you. Okay.
what's his in exchange for him going alone? What is in it for Zarzaros?
There doesn't need to be anything.
I message you. I say absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You hear.
I'm not trying to get him worked up. Me fighting in front of him.
You hear in your head. We don't want any discord in the group. Let's just get this over with while it's begun. And hopefully I can sort out whatever problem or issue he has with me tonight. You cannot respond to this message.
I can respond to my message, big boy. No. I'm messaging you. I'm gonna slam you with
can't respond
messages.
to this
I'm gonna just stop. Just bad dreader. Just kidding. I'm just gonna message back. I don't think that's a good idea. He's obviously got something against you right now, but you can make your own choices. Also, he's pretty pissed off right now and he needs to go to sleep, so who knows how he's gonna act.
I agree he needs to go to sleep. And that's why hopefully this will just appease him to go to sleep.
What are we gonna do, sing him a lullaby?
No, I'm sleeping in the pig pen, remember?
You gonna sing to him from the pig pen?
Is this all one message?
We're back and forth.
No,
We're back and
yeah.
forth.
Multiple uses.
We're back and forth.
So is there just seeing
I-
us? To us, we just see them like
I
just like staring at each other harder and harder.
Kind of, yeah.
just like cast out will, but we're like stare each other down. He might be taller, but I'm gonna be like
Oh gosh.
I look over Bosco there.
awkward. Yeah, you probably should respond now. That's been going on for a while.
So, Bosco,
Are you coming?
I'm coming. You hear in your head again. You'll just have to tell me what Cedric tells you.
Oh yeah, we know.
You
Yeah,
can fill
no,
me.
no,
you
no,
can-
no, 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 no.
You can fill me in the morning, and I'll head out with Bosco, I guess.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Bosco heads out, slightly in front of Zarzaros, with his helmet over his head, and a bucket of porridge.
A bucket.
I mean, a bowl of porridge.
Yeah.
Bucket.
A bucket? Did you steal from this man?
A bowl of porridge. So where are the other group going?
I guess
I do
we're-
turn to you and I speak to you.
Can he communicate to you from a long distance?
Oh yeah, okay. Do I know that you can? I can't. Mine's only so far. Would I know this?
Yeah, I think you probably. No, I have to be able to see you. You have to be within 30 feet.
Okay, so same as okay. So no, not from that far. Which I don't like.
I can't read Bosco.
Either
But
can I.
Don't think he's going to pose that kind of a threat. But if I am wrong, I will help.
Just
Zarzaros home to mother.
Hey,
He's gonna take you a few
Darling
steps.
just is there with an axe.
he seems so nice.
He's trying to take you down a few notches, and he might take you down that way.
Oh god.
No,
American
I guess
Psycho
it's
He
style.
starts
just
whacking your kneecaps, and he's just like,
Why don't you come down to my size?
Actually,
No.
wait. Do you-
no.
do
No,
you-
wait. Let me finish my conversation before he says what he's gonna say. Hold up, we weren't done. I'm gonna say, what did we say? If we needed to do anything with him.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I think, he can manage for himself. Like, I don't think it's anything super malicious. It's just really shifty right now. But I think maybe we'll just let him go and then check back in.
I haven't.
You already walked off, so are you gonna turn around and come back
Yes,
to
yes,
me?
yes, yes, yes.
You gonna walk back to me, Bosco?
Do you want him to stay with you?
I don't want to go there.
Yes or no? Do you want him to stay?
It's not what she wants. You
Right.
wanted me to come
Right.
home. Let's
He can go.
let's do it.
He makes his choices. He can go.
If you still want to come, you're more than welcome to come.
You had a reason for it.
Yes, come on, let's go.
All right, lead the way.
Alright, we're going.
Alright. The rest of you?
I mean,
ready.
I'm starting to walk towards the raised roof once they start to
Yeah.
walk
You
off.
guys are headed to the raised roof.
Cool.
While we were going there, I told the group, should we take this chance to speak to Kieran?
Wait a minute. We need to regroup, and you tell us what you know first before we just walk up in there.
Shouldn't I do that before they leave then?
No.
I've spoken to Kieran already. Please approach it as if you don't know anything.
Good point. That's what I plan to do.
And
Awesome.
no, he's fine. I can tell him what's going on after you tell us. Fill him in tomorrow.
I'll likely just head to bed.
Okay. Good night.
Nixel. Was it? Thank you.
My pleasure.
So it's just us and Gax now?
Yes.
In the-
Yeah.
Okay, well, are we in the raised roof right now?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are approaching. You can see the lights that are going on inside. There's a little bit of activity. It's not crazy or anything. There's no parties or anything happening, but it's cozy enough.
If he asked Nixel about Ares, and he knows we're a party, so I'm not gonna approach this pretending to be alone. I think you guys should sit nearby enough and just act like you normally would, and try to listen into whatever we talk about. But not so far and not so suspicious that you're trying to play off that you don't know me.
It might be best.
I glance around. Is there any passerbys or anything like that?
As you enter,
I'd say before, if it's possible.
are you concerned about you
I'm about
standing out?
Yes, because I'm about to cast disguise self on myself.
Actually,
Oh, hey, give me a perception check.
also, the whole time, the first interaction we had with Kieran, my back was to him the entire time. So he doesn't know my face, does he? He just knows what I'm wearing.
Mhm.
Correct?
Mhm.
Excellent. Okay.
7.
7. As best you can tell, no one's really interested in what you've got going on.
Okay. I'm gonna basically disguise myself as a normal human male, with a basic brown cloak that pretty much covers my body.
Even better. He doesn't know my face. He just knows what I'm wearing. When we head inside the raised roof, I want to, either behind him or whatever, without him seeing, slip out of my armor into my fine clothes and in like a bathroom or something.
Okay.
So I'm no longer wearing my studded leather armor. I am now in fine clothes.
Cool. What do your fine clothes look like?
They're similar-esque to the robes I was wearing. They're much less, I guess you could say, like what a clergyman would wear, and much more fitted, much more tailored to me. They have silver details and adornments. Nothing super flashy, but it is absolutely something that's well crafted and made custom to me.
Very nice. Yeah, so you guys start to walk in, you as a human male. Gax will just sort of pull his hood over. He can't do any of that crazy stuff. I mean, he can turn into animals, but
I feel like
That's
That's
not
not-
really subtle here.
I feel like we should ask Gax to wait with Ares. I feel like it should just be a you and me job.
But you just said he knows that we're a party.
Yes, but he doesn't know what I look like, and now Argar looks completely
Oh.
different.
I'm fine
Yeah,
with that.
but you still owe me an explanation.
All well,
So
all well
that'll
and
be
good.
added on after this. And also, win us another night at the raised roof.
We're not staying another night, or we are staying another night?
I don't know if we are. Win us a night, because I don't want to spend another how much.
I'm going to try.
Works for me.
Okay. Is Kieran there?
If he's
not-
not there,
This is
so funny.
That
Whole
would be,
plan,
that
and
would be
he's like-
very embarrassing.
I'm about to roll percentage dice.
Okay.
Just so you know. There's an 80% chance that he's there. So
An
if
80?
Yeah, so if I roll 20 and under, he won't be there.
Okay.
First number is a 0, so that is
So no.
that's 100. So
Oh, what? Did I don't know how this works.
There's a 10. 0, 0. I don't think there's a 0. I think it's
so yeah, he is there.
He's there. Okay. So we approach Kieran.
Again, he's got his normal cloak over, the one leg up on the table, the chest out on the table.
Oh! Fancy a game of Dragon Chess? It's been ages since I've played with someone.
Please sit.
Thank you. I sit down.
Is it alright if I watch with them?
Sure.
Yeah.
What's the bet?
Oh, a betting man. Okay. I do a fair bit of traveling, and I noticed that earring on your ear. Are you, by any chance, with the Grey Wither Trading Company?
Why don't we play a game? We'll see if I owe you an answer. That shall be our bet.
Oh, I do love games. Let's do it.
Cool. I'm assuming you know the rules.
Remind me, it's...
If you're proficient, you can use int.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's insight, deception, and then it's like a triangle.
Wait,
They
it's
cancel it out.
insight and deception. What's the third one?
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
Wait, insight. Oh, insight and intelligence. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, he adds a 5 to his rolls.
So
Remember,
I can
you-
use insight, intelligence, or
Deception.
Or
You
deception.
actually are you proficient with Dragon Chess?
yes.
Okay, so yeah, you can use all 3.
I can use all 3. Okay. Well, do I tell you what I do before I roll?
Yeah.
I'm going to use insight.
Cool.
14.
14. He roll. You see him start to move a couple of his first pieces, and it starts to outmatch yours.
Ooh. Okay.
While this is happening, take. Let me know if this is overdoing the spell, but I'm gonna take some fabric and just start fiddling with it. But I'm making like a tearing sound, kind of like a repeated motion to see if it throws one of the players off.
What spell are you trying to?
It's not a spell, but I'm wondering if that's all right to do with the disguise self because it's technically a fake robe, so I don't know if that really will work.
Allow it.
Trying to distract.
Are you trying to distract?
I'm trying to see if the kind of repeated motion can throw off Kieran's game.
Let me see. He rolled a 14. Give me just a basic d20 roll.
Okay. You said 14. Yeah, it's gonna be a 9.
Yeah, he's zoned into
Locked
game. Yeah. Second roll.
I'm going to do insight again.
Okay. So that's gonna be what'd you roll?
A 12.
I have a 17 on my die. He starts to just smacking up. It seems you won't be getting that information after all.
I am a bit rusty. Hard to find players out here. Intelligence, right? I can do that?
Yeah.
Okay. 21.
He rolled a 5. So you start to make some adjustments to your game, calculating sort of what's going on and stopping him from taking. Yeah.
Like I said, rubbing the rust off.
You can see him visibly a little bit frustrated
Very nice. Very
with
nice.
himself for not getting the win.
Insight,
In the
17.
window like this.
Inside 17, he rolled a 13. So you win again.
Let's go.
It's now sort of neck and neck. You guys have like one or two pieces each left on the board, and just sort of like trying to find those final moves.
Give me a lucky. Give me the lucky rope. God damn it!
It's lucky number 7. You asked for luck.
I'm doing intelligence. It's a 9.
A 9. He also is doing intelligence, and he has a 13 on his.
That was telepathic, Michael.
Knocks it.
Well played.
Sorry, friend, but I do not feel I'm obligated to answer this question.
Understandable. Just intriguing. You being here is all.
Why is that intriguing?
Well, you see,
There's multiple characters in this tavern.
I'm a businessman. I'm sure you can tell. And I know all about the business dealings of the Grey Withers back home. And I just thought maybe we can help each other make a little money. But what brings you here to make money?
I'm merely here to gather information. I like to observe what's going on.
Information?
And this seems to be a great place to do it.
Information? It's very unlike you guys. Well, I guess information is power, and power is money. But what kind of information are you looking for? Maybe we can help each other out here.
I've been looking for individuals who can help acquire a certain raw material.
Raw material? Well, I do have my own business connections. Maybe I can sell you some of this raw material if I know someone who sells it.
Unfortunately, I don't think you're quite the type that I'm looking for.
Well, don't burn bridges, I like to say. Keep business deals open. Can I know what you're looking for? Maybe if I come across a supplier, we can make good business.
Give me a persuasion check.
Actually. Oh, wait, no. Never mind, that was upside down. Persuade 16.
16. I suppose it's always good to have some connections. Before I answer your question, why don't you tell me, what's this business of yours?
Never kiss and tell, friend, right? You don't answer mine, I don't answer yours. But I know our common language is money.
In this case, it's not.
How can it not be money?
I care not for money.
My friend, everyone cares for money. It's just the amounts we're talking about.
If you have all the money in the world, do you truly care about money?
Are you saying you have all the money in the world? Why
I'm
would you
not
be in
saying
a little
I do.
tavern?
I have access. That's it.
Oh. So much money that it can't buy you this information? Surely you jest.
You're broke.
He considers sort of playing
As he's
pieces
thinking,
that are on the table.
As he's thinking, I look over. It's hard to find friends in town. Why don't we make friends? Scratch my back, I scratch yours.
What exactly do you want from me?
I want information just like you. I'm trying to get into the markets.
You're new here.
Yes.
Fine. I'm looking for a certain raw material called laphosite. Have you ever heard of it?
I have. I heard chittering in the markets about it, actually. Some rare material found in the wildlands. heard some lady speak of it. Some halfling woman.
I don't. Never mind.
You have a name?
I do not.
Anyways, these raw materials are greatly desired by my superiors.
So they are expensive.
Very rare.
Pray tell, what can we do with this laversite?
It allows messages to cross planes.
Oh. Well, that would be very useful and expensive.
Indeed. But, like I said, you are not quite the person I need. What I need is adventurers.
Adventures. Well, I'm one who can make friends quickly, as I'm sure you are now a friend of mine. I can make friends who are such the type. But
May I ask for a name?
my name, Bemar.
Bemar.
And yours?
Kieran Agravar.
Kieran Aguilar. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
He does not accept the hand gesture.
Well, like I said, we can all use a friend in strange lands, can we not?
I suppose. Give me an insight check.
11. Wait, actually that was cocked. 16.
You see, as you guys are finishing up your conversation, he drops his gaze a little bit and he starts to scan the room once more because you kind of had him like hooked into the conversation. And as he's scanning, you see him get a little tenser, kind of like choked down a little something, and he moves his hand to his side where his scimitar is.
And I see this, I see him do that.
Yep, and then he removes it again.
You're making me nervous here, friend. Whatever could you be reaching for?
Nothing.
Can you smoke in here? I don't think so.
Are you saying this?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Cedric allows smoking.
Huh? Not used to that in taverns markets, so.
Are you a friend of
I
Bemar here?
I just met him outside.
Yeah, we got along great.
Not many humans in town.
Yeah. Okay. Well, well met. Probably shouldn't keep this going. I don't like when people start to look too much.
Understandable. The best deals are kept under the table, are they not? It was a great game. I would love to play again with you sometime. Very hard to find someone who can play with.
Was a good game, wasn't it? A little back and forth.
Oh, yes.
Quite enjoyable.
Riveting, if I say so myself.
Well met, Bemar. And
Oh, name is oh my
Certified
god.
Bemar moment.
Yeah, no kidding. Diedrich.
Cedric.
there's a Cedric, a Cedric, a Diedrich.
For a second, I thought this was Kieran saying this, and I got scared like he knows me.
No.
I was Frederick earlier.
I was thinking about that too. I was like,
I know, I've totally blanked. I should really write these names down. Anyway.
Diedrich and Bemar. Well met.
Well met, Kieran. Have a fantastic night. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
I gotta go take a leak. I'll be back. I'll join you after. So
And then walk away. join Gax and Ares.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend to go to the bathroom.
Are you doing that stealthily?
Are we
Oh.
outside or were we?
Weren't you guys outside?
I don't think we ever said we went in. 'Cause
Well, then
if we
I'm-
would've went
well,
in, I knew
actually-
it would've
actually-
been to be hidden.
I'm gonna go to. I'm not gonna go outside. I'm gonna go to the barkeep. Talk about a room.
Okay.
You just leaving me and Gax out there waiting, tapping our foot for.
He's obviously watching me wherever I go, so I gotta go
You just
somewhere to
leaving us-
change.
you leaving us
I
out
gotta go
here.
somewhere to change.
You and Gax are having some quality time.
Back
Talking about
again
that
this
spice.
evening. Are we?
Yes. What's the going rate for a room?
5 gold.
5.
Oh, I thought it was way more than that.
Actually, how many people do we have? There's me, you, Aurigard, Gax, and Nixel. So we're gonna need 2 rooms.
Nixel left.
Yeah.
He said he was going
what?
to his room.
Oh, you paid for your own room?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's only so it's
Nixel's
4
like,
of us.
He
Well,
is such
by
an
himself.
outsider.
He's like just.
I can't afford 2 rooms.
I'm outside. You can't talk to me, bub.
I know.
Well,
I
that's
would.
lucky for you,
Me
because
too.
I only have one anyways.
Oh, well, I didn't say this out loud, but so you like okay.
Yeah, there was a fairy that came in earlier who
Oh.
bought up one of them.
a
fairy.
you say?
Yeah.
Was he? What kind of fellow was he?
A fellow? I mean, he was perfectly gentlemanlike.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll take your last room.
Excellent.
So I cough up the 5 gold. On my way up to my room, I stop by Nixel's room and I knock on the door, politely, not like bam, bam, bam.
Nixel would scurry on over to the door. He hears a little light pitter patter of his feet as he runs over to the door, and he opens it up in his night clothes.
What are your night clothes?
Common, just like white top, white pants, and that's it.
Okay.
Maybe some slippers.
Expected more.
Some slippers.
Slippers.
As you're floating wearing slippers.
Bunny slippers.
Why not?
Keeps his toesies warmsies.
You're not with me anymore either, so it's just me,
Nope.
Nixel. Nixel, I have a kind of an embarrassing favor to ask you.
Okay.
There's currently 5 of us, including you, and only the room that I just paid for and the room that you paid for.
Okay.
We can't fit 4 people in one room. Would you be willing to bunk?
Oh, of course.
Oh, excellent. Can you do me another favor?
Okay.
I spoke to Kieran and I want to give you all the details about it after. But if I head downstairs dressed as I am, he will very easily spot me and see our group walking in with me. Could you grab them?
In your night clothes, come get us. Come get us from outside the tavern.
You mean you want me to?
Can we say you have like one of those white nightcaps
Yes,
with
the
the
little
little
cap with
gold
the
on
little-
it?
That's what I'm imagining.
The poop
100%.
balls.
You mean you want me
With the little
to walk
stripes.
past the man that I've already spoken to, that I've walked past this evening again?
Well,
To
you said he
go get my.
you said he knows who you are and that he knows you're part of our party. He just didn't know me.
What time is this right now? When all this is happening?
It's about 8, 9
'Cause-
p.m.
It's kind of early.
Yeah, your girl's not ready to go to bed.
Seems
I got things.
poorly thought out.
It was
do
kind
it.
of a spur of the moment thing. I won't deny.
I'll do it, but you should take better care to prepare yourself better next time.
It was a spur of the moment deal, but I got some good info. I think you would like to learn.
Is there a window in my room?
That's what I was thinking.
Nixel's gonna go over. He's gonna say, "I'll take care of it. Don't worry."
Brother looking like fucking Tinkerbell.
Like Scrooge, but
Also,
He
No.
adjusts his cap and then closes the door, and he goes over to the window and lifts it, and he's gonna fly out down to everyone else and say, "I've got a room. 2 of you can stay with me."
Alright, cool. We walk in. I mean, I'll walk in to see where my room is, but I don't know if I'm staying.
And then I'll fly back up through my window and shut it.
Give me a perception check, Aries.
19.
You fully clock Kieran eyeing you.
That's myself. Even. I know y'all left me. I'm just hearing gags.
This is a moon elf and a lizard folk walk into a bar.
It's not like he's staring. He's not staring you down. It's just you notice out of the corner of your eye that he saw you, and then he went back to sort of sitting there.
I'm gonna. So he's facing me, or did he like purposely like look back?
No, you walk in the door, and he's on the far right, and so he's looking straight ahead. So basically, he turned his head, saw you walk in, and turned his head back to straight ahead.
I'm gonna. Oh, so he didn't look. So he didn't. He's not still looking at me. Well, I can't
He's
do
not
anything back.
staring you down. No, he just clocked you.
Okay.
You also noticed that he saw you, and then he went back to his sort of just sitting there.
Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, I guess I'll walk up for now. I'll walk up.
Cool. So you guys head up to the rooms.
When we head up, I'm waiting outside because I want to determine who's sleeping with who.
Oh, yeah, you're waiting in the hallway?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm upstairs, but I'm just waiting. I'm like,
Yeah.
It's not one of those inns where you can look down and see the inside of the tavern.
Yeah.
It's completely like just a hallway.
Yeah.
All right, well, we go up there in the hallway. See you.
As soon as I'm like alone with the party or with no one else, I'll drop the disguise. Yeah.
So I had to pay 5 gold for the other room. And I hate to say, but whoever's gonna bunk with me is gonna have to split 2 gold.
I start to rummage around. I hand you 5 gold.
I need the full 5. I need the full 5. I was asking for 2.
Oh, yeah. I hand you 2 gold.
Okay. So you and Gax want to come bunk with me?
Gax obliges. Sure.
So I head into my room, start putting on my night clothes.
Cool.
I just find a clean corner and fucking.
Why are y'all going to bed at 8 p.m.? No.
8 or 9.
You're not going into. Wait. If he's leaving, you're not
8:30.
leaving.
8:30.
No, we have to talk. That's what I'm saying. Before you walk into your room, first of all, it's 8 o'clock, Grandpa.
8:30.
8:30,
You have to wake
Grandpa.
up early in the morning to go out
8:30,
the
Grandpa,
door.
and you
That's how
still owe us a
adventurers
story.
sleep.
That
They
you're
sleep.
telling everyone when they're going to bed.
Right?
sleep
You and my
when
mom?
They sleep when it's
You can
night
go to bed
and
whenever you want, but we've been holding on this conversation from back in
And
wherever we were.
We will have the conversation. No one is here. No one is here.
I'm really pissed you're not with me right now. Because I'm not
Is that a message? Is that a message?
No. That's just
They
me.
unfortunately can't cast it from.
Yeah, no, that's just me. Above table. Alright, so I guess I'm rooming with Nixel. Is that right?
Sure.
Do you want some gold?
No.
You sure?
Yeah. It was my last 5. I don't care.
Oh,
We definitely need
God,
some
I'll
money.
pass you some gold.
Quest for more money.
I'll give you 2 gold.
Nixel would nod in appreciation. However, he would make sure you understand that it wasn't necessary.
That's fine. But I'm not going to bed, and I'm pissed because I don't know if I should be going off by myself, but that might be what's gonna happen. Alright, what are you doing? Did you?
I mean, I'm not asleep. I've just started to get ready. But if you want to
Don't
grab
you
me
give
like
me
this,
this look.
Yeah.
If you want
Don't
to,
give me
I'm
this
still
look.
awake. If you want to get my attention.
I'm not asleep either. I'm just in my pajamas in the corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or like doing my
Well,
prayer.
Fairy Boy's up in his jammies, so I don't know if he wants to go along, but I think I'll go over to your room. Not that I said that, Jim. I didn't say that, Jim.
You're in your jammies.
Good night, Nixel. Thanks. I'm gonna go to their room to knock on there and see if someone's awake still, I guess.
My word,
Aries.
who's knocking at this
Oh
hour?
my God, Grandpa.
It's not that late.
I open the door.
I'm gonna say, so, not sure who was going to bed yet, but seeing how my pal here is not here to go with me, I think it might be a good idea to maybe go spy on that house. I think we had a name of it for the Grey Weathers, like where they're at, just to get a little bit of kind of scouting intel at night, see if anything's going on. Obviously well hidden, not going straight in there. But anyone up for
You
that?
might need to give me some pointers, but I can assist.
The less Kieran sees of me right now, the better. Also, when you walked in, Cedric is visibly frustrated that his prayer was interrupted.
So sorry. Tell whatever her name is, my best.
Her.
Whoever it is. Oh, you're her mercy.
Cedric is
You're her
irate.
mercy. What are
Irate.
you? You're her mercy.
Il mater.
Yeah.
Cedric is irate at this point.
Alright, I'm gonna be like, okay, meet you downstairs then, and
We're
Couple
going
minutes?
separately.
yeah, sure. We'll meet downstairs outside, I guess.
I will wait a few minutes.
That's my plan. I didn't know if you were doing whatever.
Yeah, and I basically wait for her to. I'm assuming we're leaving the raised roof basically separately, so
Yeah,
we
I guess,
stagger
you know,
when I
outside.
Are
leave
you
as well.
going down through the main area,
I mean-
or are you gonna find a different way?
I don't like the way you asked that.
Uh-oh.
I assumed to go
We
down the
could
front.
leave through the windows.
Is this on the second floor?
I'm
Actually,
asking
Cedric's gonna
because
say,
of your
we're on the
roguish
second
nature.
floor.
I don't know, but I mean, I'm not really.
I just kind of look at you, tilt my head.
Me talking about the table, I guess I'm not really too scared of this dude. I'm just waiting for him to visually say it. Or, like, I will talk to him eventually, but I'm not, like, sitting here scared to talk to him. So I don't really care if he sees me, but he's not on my agenda right now. So I feel like I would just walk out.
Through the main.
Yeah, I'm just walking out. I'm a paying customer.
As you're walking out, Kieran's no longer there.
Okay. And it's what time?
Ominous.
What time is it?
8:30.
Okay. Okay. I'll walk out.
So where are you going?
What did we say? There was like some house that's like they're known to,
It was past the barracks,
or kind of
something
near the
like that.
town or something, or town hall or something.
Oh, you're headed towards the Foxfire residence.
Yes.
Oh, is that what?
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Whatever it was said likely in associated with Grey Weather. So I just wanted
Yeah,
to
the
do
Grey
a little
Weather
like
house,
scouting,
yeah.
I guess, at night to see if anything.
Just you and
I guess.
Aragar?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess.
Okay.
I'm
Cool.
down for a midnight.
We're
event.
bonding.
It's a spin-off.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll come back to you two in just a second to finish up. But you guys will skip. You guys walk on. It's about half a mile to the town hall. So you go back down that main strip. The guards are out and about, sort of patrolling like normal. People are starting to pack up their market stalls, all that stuff, finishing up and heading out for the evening.
Yeah.
As you guys approach where you were motioned to earlier today,
Which
you
we're
guys
not.
stay about 200 feet away so that you can just sort of like case the joint and see what's going on here. Again, you can see this large fountain that's in this courtyard. It's about 60 by 100 feet long. It's got a crescent moon as the centerpiece, and then around it's just a bunch of beautiful flowers and shrubs. There's a brick wall that goes around the entire residence and the courtyard. It's a brick wall cemented with like mortar that's about 3 feet high. And then on top of it, there's a beautiful kind of elven cast iron fence that goes up another 6 feet. So in total, it's a 9-foot tall fence. The homestead itself is L-shaped, so it's got like a longer side and this short end to it. The right side extends sort of into the courtyard itself. It's 2 stories, and the right side has kind of like, you can see that it's got a balcony, and it's lit up a little bit with like candlelight and a couple of torches here and there. And on the balcony you can see some like furnishings, a couple of art pieces just sort of hanging out. The fence gate itself is wide enough to allow carriages in and out, but you can see that it's guarded by 2 Visharan guards. And yep. So that's kind of what you can pick up from sort of like just a general basis of this place at nighttime.
But that's it, just the guards. Don't see anybody else like lurking about.
Give me a perception check,
Or
both of you.
rooftops or anything. Come on. 21.
21?
16.
16.
What is 16?
Well, 17.
Oh, okay, I was like, almost twinning.
From this range, the 16 won't do it for you, but the 21,
I can't see.
you can see, and plus you have dark vision, which helps you in this sense.
Sneak.
You see within the house itself, the windows that are kind of like lit up, you can see one room in particular, and you see 2 female children, one older than the other. The older one looks to be maybe about 15, 16. The younger one looks more like 12. But you can tell that they're both got some piece of elven. They might be half elven, they might be moon elf, you're not quite sure. But they've got the elvish ears. And they're just sort of doing multiple different things in there. One of them's at a desk sort of like reading a book. The other one is sitting at the other side of the room, and they're kind of like, they've got their hand like out, and you can see like a little bit of like magic that's happening, and this is the older one. You can see that they're both wearing rather fine, like, jammies, I guess. The older one's wearing kind of like a sunburnt yellow, and then the younger one's wearing like this like dark fern green, and they're both it's kind of like these gowns that they're wearing. But yeah.
And that's all from where we were, just in the windows. Is it the first floor or second floor?
They're on the second floor.
And there's no one else that I can see through any windows walking around
No
or
other
anything?
activity. The guards are pacing back and forth along the one side where the gate is. At least from this angle, you don't see any other guards. But you don't notice any suspicious activity at the moment.
And we're how far away from the house right now?
About 200 feet.
I guess I'll tell my friend here.
Do you see something?
Not much. Looks like just 2 children in there. Maybe elves or half elves. But I don't see anyone else or make anything else suspicious out right now. I mean, I would want to get a little closer, or like maybe, but I don't know.
Does Foxfire have children?
I don't really know it. We don't know anything about Foxfire, right? Because that was just strictly here. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's something for us to ask around.
I wouldn't want to break into it right now, obviously.
Yeah, no.
Is there any? Actually, I think I've asked this before. Is there any Foxfire iconography or any kind of symbols or emblems or crests along the building?
Just that crescent moon on the fountain.
Just the crescent moon fountain, really.
That's it.
And you would notice like the crescent moon earring that they wear.
Yeah. Anything else
I know. I don't really.
I'm afraid I don't know much more about the Grey Withers at this time.
I know. I feel like maybe you need to get a little more information because I don't want to just like waltz up to somebody and start asking questions.
I still have a pretty bad headache.
Yeah. I bet.
That icy chilled vein is not going away.
Is it on the arm with the symbol, or?
It's your whole body. You just feel like ice cold. And you would know that kind of silver dragon's got this like.
Yeah, they kind of have
ice,
elemental
cold.
to
Yeah,
them.
their breath weapon is like cold stuff.
Mhm.
So we'll move from there and we'll go to Bosco and Zarzaros as you guys approach your house, your home.
Yes, we're gonna come in, and Zarzaros is more.
You're more than welcome to come in too. Come, hopefully you can squeeze in. No one else is here.
I'll try.
I'm gonna go
Done
find.
before.
I'm gonna off and go find Dorley.
Here, honey, here's some porridge for you. I hope this tames your hunger.
And berries.
May you please enjoy this in the other room. This gentleman and I need to have a little bit of a talk.
Rough day.
Well,
She takes the porridge.
I mean, what do you expect, honey? There was a dragon that entered my life less than 24 hours ago.
Yeah, but you didn't think to talk to me about it?
The dragon told me to leave. I apologize. I will talk to you after.
Fair enough.
Yes, thank you.
Takes the porridge, walks into the other room and leaves you two to your own devices.
Alright. I'm gonna use thaumaturgy. You're gonna see the flames dim in the house. It's gonna be nice and dim.
You see the flames start to extinguish a little bit.
Yes, it's dim in here now.
I'd like to establish something called the Sandcastle of Trust with you.
Sandcastle.
Takes forever to build, but very quick to destroy. I need answers from you, and I can offer you things in return.
Why would I want something that was easy to destroy? In regards to trust, that is.
I'm asking for your trust. Not only me offering it to you.
I do trust you.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes you have ideas that may endanger us.
I have a way to help you. And a way I believe, something I believe, will help your friend. But in return, I'd like a little bit of information that I think only you can answer.
What is it you are inquiring about?
You mentioned earlier today when I was chewing on that croissant You used to have bad ways and you've changed. How long ago was that?
The dream was 4 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, how long from that dream was the event?
The kobold event?
Yeah.
That happened when you were, what, 18, 19?
Probably.
So however old you are now.
Yes, I've made some reckless decisions, but I'm on a new path now.
When were they? How long ago? That was my question.
Plenty of years.
Plenty. More than 3? More than 4?
Yes, more than 3.
Okay. Any particular reason why when I mentioned a gem, the first time your eyes lit up?
Perhaps.
Other than you were carrying one?
Yes, but I don't think that the gem was necessarily a dragon like you seem to have.
You seemed interested in my gem when I described it in its appearance.
It's very similar to something I'm tracking.
What might that be?
A dragon egg?
Where?
I'm not sure. That's the issue. But I know that the Grey Withers are involved.
That brings me to my next point. How I got my egg. I got it from a blue dragonborn in monastic robes. What do you know about this?
I don't know a thing. I don't know a thing.
You're not trying to break the sandcastle now, are you?
Carson takes a shovel.
Your sandcastle is being built as we speak.
Yes. You know nothing of this dragonborn.
I wish I did.
Thank you for what you've told me. I'd like you to let me know when we're near the egg you seek.
You know best what they look like.
I'll do my best to help you. No. Some of your information's been helpful because it's been a whirlwind of a day. But what I have to offer you, when Aragar mentioned the book, and it's written in the same script as what's on his arm, that rune, I can offer that information to you, whatever's in that book.
That's your deal?
And
You're gonna read me Aragar's book?
this pertains to you. For your friend. She said her father's wanted, correct?
Yes.
I found a flyer of a wanted posting in the middle of town. I will share it with you. Maybe it could help her.
What is it of?
I have it on me, correct? Mm-hmm. Pull it out and I slide it across our tiny kitchen room table.
You don't have to slide it. You
I
don't have
take
to
my
slide
finger
it.
and just like pull it across.
That's what I have to offer.
What is it? What do I see?
You shown the wanted poster side. You see a picture of Cedric.
recognize this? I turn it around so you can see properly.
Well, I know he's wanted, but I think there might be a connection between our father and the holier-than-thou one back at the race roof.
We saw posters, I believe.
It's the exact same flyer.
Yeah. But we saw posters before we boarded the ship. This was the poster. We know already he's wanted.
Then why'd you board that ship with him?
Well, we've been waiting.
Am I in immediate danger?
You're not in danger. There is Darley.
She's in the other room.
I'm not gonna hurt you. I hope you know that.
Our sandcastle's still standing.
It is.
Why did you board the ship with a known criminal?
We didn't. We boarded the ship before we met him. But he did join the ship, and we knew he was wanted. But he went by another name. He's used it frequently. We now know why. You're right, we do have yet to discover why he's wanted.
I think we need to dig a little bit deeper.
I mean, you can see on the wanted poster why he's wanted.
Oh. What does it say?
He's wanted for heresy against the Ilmatari Church.
Ah. We knew that?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think we heard that, but we didn't get that
You
far in all
had-
this.
you
didn't
had
question
sus-
that.
No, we
you
just
had
saw
your
it happen.
suspicions of him, but you didn't take the poster off of the billboard, so
Yeah.
you could never confirm until now.
Okay. Alright.
Hopefully I've offered you something worth your time.
I hope my information was worth your while.
I gathered some valuable things.
I hope you'll help us when the time comes. Do the right thing. And not by violence.
Since we're talking in confidence, this stays between you and I.
We do have a sandcastle.
Oragar being the judge is rather concerning.
Why is that?
I had a dream last night. Why I've been so exhausted. I believe that Fathak has faced some sort of judgment. I believe he's at risk.
You believe he's a what?
What?
You believe he's a what?
Risk.
At risk. Why is that? Specifically?
The dream was just Fathak pretty much being told, no, don't do this.
Being judged.
In a way, it's concerning.
Is that why you specifically want to read his little book?
That, and I'm willing to share it with you because I've shared all this information.
I understand. We have a sandcastle.
That's the name of the episode.
Yep.
Sandcastles of Trust.
None of this leaves here.
None
Even
of
your
it-
best friend.
I understand.
Yes.
I understand.
I think I will help you find your egg. You help me get to the bottom of Vithok. And I think together we need to investigate Cedric.
And no violence.
I won't do much harm anyway.
I thought you were
Satisfied.
violence.
It's not as good as it's gonna be.
We have a pact.
No.
We have a sandcastle.
I mean, break it. It's poof, done. Very easy to tip over. It's done.
And with that, you guys hear, as you guys end your conversation, sort of head off into your...
Is he going to the
Oh, you
pig
going
pen?
to-
No,
Big
he can
pen.
sleep inside.
Oh, y'all made up.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I was. Listen,
He takes up the entire living room.
I came in with the intent that I would sleep in the pig pen.
No, sleep in.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah.
Sandcastle.
I may shed some scales. I might have some
Oh.
cleanup in the morning. You never know.
It's fine by me. Darla will take care of it.
Darling will take care of it.
Yes.
Darley walks in. I'll do what?
How's your porridge?
Give me a glass of water.
I'm going to bed. Good evening. Good night, you two.
Good evening, and thank you for your hospitality.
No, thank you for assisting Bosco in whatever you guys did today. I'm heading off to bed. As she leaves, you guys finish up your conversation. In the distance, you can hear the kind of like crickets and the wildlife that's around. The grasses kind of like swaying in the breeze, the night breeze. And the moon up in the sky giving a wonderful beam of light just through all the windows. As that's where we'll end our session for this evening. Thanks for joining us, and like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.